Stata in Kingsville for their MIC Sports Network.com Thursday night game of the week. My name is Doug Kesterson, joined alongside my broadcast partner tonight, Mr. Marcos Marroquin. He's also doing the live stream producing.
Yes, I am, Doug. I'm glad to be here. Should be a good one.
Absolutely. And, of course, we have a great game for you guys tonight. Our sponsors tonight for this broadcast are South Texas Bone and Joint, Moore's Compounding Pharmacy, Neal's Urban Oven, Complete Foundation Repair, formerly known as Eurotech, and the Corpus Christi Sports Commission. It's the week number 5 of the 2024 Texas high school football season. And Marcos, it's hard to believe that we're at the week number 5. We're almost at the halfway point of the year with district play coming up for a lot of teams in the Coastal Bend coming up in just 2 weeks.
Yeah, and me and our 1440 Keys producer, Will, we're actually talking about that. We were like, it doesn't feel like this season is already halfway over, but it is, and it's been a good one so far. I mean, we've had a lot of great games. I've been loving every second of it. And we should have a good one here tonight for the midpoint of our season.
Absolutely. These two teams, Kingsville and the Moody Trojans, have not faced each other in 13 years. The last time was a 45-38 Kingsville victory in 2011. Moody, however, holds the 3-2 advantage over the last 5 matchups. I was unable to really find all the information. I got to go all the way back to 2004. But I was able to get some of those goals. The Brahmas squeezed by the King Mustangs last week, Marcos, 26-25 at Cabinets Field, which was a very tighter contested ball game, and I think maybe a lot of people expected. But the Mustangs really fought and played this this Brahma team very well.
Yeah, they did, Doug, and you were right. They brought that one to the very end, and it was only a 1-point game. I
think King missed a last-second field goal.
Yes, I believe so. And if you look at what Kingsville has done this year, that's a little surprising to have a 1-point game for the King Mustangs, as they've dominated coming into this season so far. To start off in week 1, they won 42-21 against Brackenridge. Against the Highlands, they won 49-7, and at Ray Corpus Christi, they won 50-26. So they've had themselves a really good start to the season. As you've mentioned, they are 4-0 coming into this one. So this is a good ball club that the Moody Trojans are going to have to go up against tonight.
Yes, and I expect with a 4-0 team and a 3-1 team, I expect a competitive ball game tonight.
Yeah, me too, Doug. And these guys have obviously had a lot of success, and they're looking to continue it again tonight.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and get to the starting lineups as we have an opportunity to get those in there for you guys. Let's take the Moody Trojans starting offense first tonight. Left tackles number 52, Anthony Simmons. Left guard 57, Jonathan Moreno. 65, the center is Ramsey Martinez. Right guard number 53, Mark Haney. The right tackle number 77, Anthony Flores. The split end number 40, Eragon Perez Padron. The split is number 20, Rigo Hernandez, the halfback number 1, Romeo Castillo. Fullback number 27, Adrian Luna, a student athlete of the week for us. And tailback number 6, Caden DeFore, who ripped off a ton of yardage last week. And the quarterback number 7, Dylan Prado, Marcos.
And for the Kingsville Brahmas defense at defensive end, number 44, Carlos Ortiz. Nose tackle, number 52, Seth Coleman. Senior defensive end, number 33, Kenneth Reeder. Junior outside linebacker, number 2, Joe Palacios. Right next to him as an interior linebacker, number 0, Caden Pena. Number 32, Jaden Martinez is a senior next to him. And on the outside linebacker, we have number 7, Jacob Rivera. For the strong safeties, number 20, John Kaysen. For the cornerback group, we have number 1, Josiah Rivera. Next to him is senior cornerback, Victor Maldonado. And free safeties, number 3, CJ Garza.
Now let's take a little look and flip it around on the other side of the ball when the Javelinas have it first, Marcos.
Left tackle, number 65, Ram Rodriguez. Next to him, left guard, number 75, Jesse Garcia. Centers, number 60, Gabe Garza. Right guard is going to be sophomore Leo Rodriguez. Right tackle is going to be 53, EJ Guajardo. For the wide receiver group, we have senior number 1, Josiah Rivera. Number 4, Ethan Lerma. Also a senior, number 11, wide receiver, Breland Maxey. Number 9, Bryson Madrid. And for the running back is number 24, Demarius Montgomery. And senior quarterback, number 16, Dylan Everett.
Who's having a fantastic season, by the way. Now, defensively for the Moody Trojans, defensive ends are number 12, Cash Orgeson, number 11, Corion Henderson. The defensive tackle, number 55, Isaac Rojas, and 56, Robert Garcia. Linebackers, number 5, Adrian Ayala, and number 8, Trayvon Dyer, who also had a fantastic game last week. Cornerbacks, number 19, Donovan Thompson, and number 18, Chris Romo. The strong safety number 23, Jonah Morales, and the free safety number 1, Romeo Castillo. Officials tonight's contest is under the direction of Art Green. Marcos and I have had a lot of games that we've done for baseball. That's where we really know Art Green with a lot. I know he's been an official for both baseball, football, and basketball for, I can't even begin to count the number of years that we've had him with games.
He's definitely a veteran referee, and his crew always keeps the game in check, always keeps the boys in line down there. I actually had the privilege of playing many games.
Oh, he was an official for you behind you. He was the ump when you were catching.
Yep, over there in my career as a Flower Bluff Hornet, worked many games with Art Green. Good man, and he runs himself a good crew. Corpus Christi chapter, as you mentioned, Doug.
Yes. We do. By the way, I do have stats for us tonight. So if we need to take a little quick look at some stats, we're going to be able to have those accessible to us.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the Moody High School alma mater.
As they're doing that for the alma mater, we'll get ready. We can also talk a little bit more about these coaching staffs under the direction of both of these coaches. It's been, a long time for Moody's head coach Mike Cantu. He's in 12th season. He's 36-87. Moody's first year of football was 1967. Their all-time record, 210 wins, 365 losses, 6 ties. Their playoff record is 1-7. The last playoff game that the Moody Trojans were in was under the direction of head coach Steve Castillo, who was a fantastic baseball coach as well. They were co-champs of the district in 2004. They had a 9-2 record that year. They lost in San Antonio Clark and by district 38-21.
So a 19-year playoff drought for the Moody Trojans, but they are coming into the season with a strong start, 3-1, and they could very easily find themselves squeaking into the playoffs for this year, potentially ending that drought.
Let's be honest with it. When we looked at the district, what was going to be lined up with it, and who was going to be in there. You see, you have Miller and you have Gregory Portland. You think those two teams are the two top teams in the district, and off the bat, and you look and then you see Carroll, and you see Moody and King and Ray. You're like, okay, who is going to fall into that category of who's a playoff team this season? And you look at it, at one point I thought Moody might be the number 4 team trying to find to get in, but the way Moody has played so far this season, Moody could actually possibly be the 3rd seed, if not number 2.
Yeah, especially with the struggles that we've seen from the Gregory Portland Wildcats to start off this season.
Yes.
And then on the flip side, Moody has had a great start to the season. So to what we were talking about, maybe Moody potentially squeaking into the playoffs, like you said, Doug, they might be a solidified playoff team for the first time since 2004.
Absolutely, and here's one of the things I've thought that's been really interesting for the Moody Trojans this season and some of the success that they're having with guys like Adrian Luna, who's our student athlete of the week, with guys like Caden DeFore, the way they like to run the ball. They have scored 131 points this year, averaging 32 points a game. They've only allowed 73. They're giving up 18 a ball game. That'll win you a lot of games. If you're doubling up your opponents or almost doubling up your opponents offensively to your defensive output, that's great.
That's as good as it gets.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want under head coach Mike Cantu. So it's an interesting deal. And I circled the last game of the season because everybody is on a district break next week, or the bye week next week for district 15-5A. You'll have Moody and Carroll on November the 8th, which I'm circling there. That's probably possibly playoff seeding for that game.
Or maybe fighting to get into the playoffs, depending on how the district shakes out.
And now let's flip it over for the Kingsville Brahmas, or the King Brahmas, 4-0 under Ruben Garcia, 15-28 overall on his record. He's 7-7 here at Kingsville. First year in football for Kingsville, 1909.
Wow.
Here's an interesting note, too, that I like to dig up. The 1942 season was canceled for World War II. It's just the way things happen.
I'm hearing that team probably would have won state, too.
Probably.
That's what I'm hearing.
Well, but that's just an interesting note. When you go through looking at things top to bottom, that's one of the things that happens. As the colors are now being presented by the NJROTC, we will pause for that here in just a moment. The last time the King Brahmas were in the playoffs was 2018. Their all-time record, 486, 498, and 31. They're 7-15 in the playoffs, Marcos. The 1-2 punch so far this season, 674 yards passing for Dylan Everett. Damaris Montgomery has 482 rushing yards. Everett also has 365 yards rushing. So you've got 850 yards rushing between your quarterback and your running back tonight for the Brahmas.
It's always great to have a dual-threat quarterback right there.
Ladies and
We're going to pause for the playing of our national anthem, ladies and gentlemen.
Brahma band with the national anthem. Until the color guard has exited the field.
Interesting rendition from the Kingsville Brahmas Band. They are not too far away from us. Our mic was able to pick it up really, really nicely tonight, Marcos.
Yeah, it was definitely a different rendition, but different isn't bad.
No.
You know, what I tend to notice is about the bands that oftentimes each city typically plays the same rendition of the national anthem. So if you go out there and you go to a bunch of the CCISD games, the bands don't typically stray too much in that.
No, you're right about that 1,000%. And okay, now I have a little bit better I have a little bit better sound in my ears. So, okay. I was a little quiet for myself here. I was like,
thank you. Enjoy tonight's
when it's
game.
not really right for your moment, it's kind of like, oh, hey, hold on. What are we doing here? What am I doing here? Something's not right in the world of my ears. We'll go ahead and look at the captains here in just a moment as these guys will be getting ready to battle here between the Trojans and the Brahmas in a non-district matchup.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's game to Pepsi Field right here on the campus of Texas A&M University.
Didn't realize it is Pepsi
I'm
Field.
your PA announcer, Renee Canales. Like to welcome in the
Did
booth,
you?
Mr.
No, I didn't. Love a good
Commissioner
sponsorship,
Chuck Schultz.
though.
Yes.
We're going to have our Heart of the Brahmas run out the tunnel with the Brahmas tonight.
Moody
So
did
we
not
need a
bring
big
their helmet tunnel
cheer
tonight.
from Brahma Nation.
They're just
for
going to run
Brahmas
down
and
the
our Heart of the
strutters
Brahmas
and the cheerleaders.
as they take on the Moody Trojans tonight. So thank you and enjoy tonight's game.
We'll be ready here in a few moments as well. The kickoff set for 7:05 as this game is also being televised tonight, but we would rather you watch us here on MICSportsNetwork.com. Of course, thank you to our sponsors, South Texas Bone and Joint, Complete Foundation Repairs, Neil's Urban Oven, Moore's Compounding Pharmacy, and the Corpus Christi Sports Commission. Thank you guys so much for being our sponsors all season long of the Game of the Week. You see the Brahmas in their helmet tunnel. A little bit of a lead out.
Here come the Moody Trojans.
Moody takes the field first on the opposite side.
Here come the Heart of the Brahmas. Come on, Brahma Nation, get on your feet. Let's make some noise for the Heart of the Brahmas.
Both teams making their way out.
And now, here come your mighty Brahma Bulls.
I'm assuming the heart of the nation was the parents and family members, the teammates tonight. This is a new tradition, so. My first time here at Javelina Stadium. Yours?
Yes, it is, actually.
And I'm assuming Emily will say the same thing. Moody, of course, across the way. Their blue pants and white jerseys tonight. The Brahmas, the the Brahmas, sorry, with their gold pants and black jerseys. And here they come. To the delight of the home crowd.
Let your bulls hear it. Once again, our mighty Brahma band with brave bulls.
Looks like captains tonight for the Moody Trojans are going to be number 24, Isaiah Zamora. Number 55 is Isaac Rojas. It looks like number 5, Adrian Ayala. And number 65, that would be Ramsey Martinez, the center.
And I believe for the Brahmas, I think we're going to have some honorary captains tonight.
And now we'll have the captains from both teams meet in the middle of the field for the ceremony.
You got the captains for Kingsville?
It says it's number 75, Jesse Garza, and 70, Ricardo Castaneda.
Well, you also have number 11, and that is Breland Maxey.
Yes.
Go ahead.
The actual captains, not the honorary captains,
Right.
excuse me, is going to be number 11, Braylon Maxey, number 2, Joe Palacios, number 10, Alexander Ibanez, and number 34, Christian Gonzalez.
I believe that's number 3.
Yes, it is number 3 instead of number 2. It is number 3 is going to be CJ Garza.
Handshakes all around. And Art Green directing the traffic. Tomorrow night we have a great game at Ray Aikens Wildcat Stadium. We have the Alice Coyotes coming in at 2-2 and the GP Wildcats at 0-4, which is a very surprising thing to me.
Very surprising.
A
Doug.
little tease of the coaches show. Let's see here. Moody's going to receive.
Moody elects to receive, but to put the Brahmas on offense
And
in the second quarter.
They will be heading left to right on your screen, obviously, which is south to north here at Javelina Stadium. Of course, a little tease of the coaches show tomorrow with head coach Brent Davis. One of the things he said, and I don't remember if he said it on there, but he said, we're probably the best 0-4 team in the state.
I wouldn't doubt it if they are, Doug, because they have a lot of talent on that roster. They are well coached. They just do not have the record to show for it.
No, but put up 40 points against Cal Allen.
Yes.
To
be
you
fair,
played the
they've-
number 17
yeah.
before in Sinton, and it was a battle, and you were
Yeah, they've played some good teams. You know,
really good teams.
They're not one of these schools that comes out and plays a little bit weaker opponents.
No.
You know, they are playing, even though they played some 4A schools, they're playing some of the best 4A schools in the state of Texas. And those schools can compete with almost anybody. So they're pushing themselves, and it has been a rough start. So we're going to have to see how their district season plays out, because that's definitely going to have an effect on these Moody Trojans tonight.
About a half hour ago, it was still 86 degrees. It is 82 degrees right now here at Javelina Stadium. The humidity is in a impressive and awesomeness of 57%. The winds are about 5 miles an hour out of the northeast, and here's the kick. It's an end over end, sideways, inside the 10, and into the end zone for a touchback. Moody will have it 1st and 10 from their 25.
No return.
This Moody Trojan offense comes onto the field with their star running back, student athlete of the week, number 27,
Yes.
Adrian Luna. He is a big, strong, physical runner who has been the biggest part of this Moody Trojans offense. Expect them to get him a lot of work on the ground tonight.
Well, then also it's the 1-2 punch of him and number 6, of course, Caden DeFore.
Yeah, Moody is not shy to run a 2-back set.
And they hit it to Luna. And a big carry on 1st down for about 8 yards for Luna. Up off the right side, and he just kept pumping those legs and driving up the field. Nice gain on 1st down. Has it all the way to the 34, 9-yard carry on 1st down. Moody will bring the play in from the sideline. 11:37 just underway here at Javelina Stadium. So glad you're with us here on MikeSportsNetwork.com. Game of the week. Prado with a handoff. Around the end, it's got the 1st down. Is Romeo Castillo across the 40-yard line up to the 42, and they're moving the sticks.
Gain of 7 right there for the Moody Trojans as they pick up the first down.
This might be one of those drives where Moody really wants to set the tone tonight if they can. If they can go down 9-10 play drive clean and put a touchdown in there, that puts Kingsville behind the sticks already to start this ball game off. Prado with a handoff as Dufour at the line, and somehow able to slip out of a tackle, spin, and move forward across the 45 up to about the 47-yard line, possibly the 48. And I believe that's about a gain of 5 on first down, brings up 2nd and 5 from the 47. And it does, Marcos. Johnny on the spot watching that. There is a little bit of sunlight, so in your video tonight, that will dip behind the shadows here momentarily. DeFore goes into motion, hands off to Luna. He's wrapped up high and then slinging him forward, gets him into Brahma territory at the 49.
And Kingsville's arguing that the ball came out.
And it was awful close to being up around the neck.
Yeah, but they're going to mark him down at the 49-yard line, gain of 4.
3rd down and 1. Right at the mouth of the Javelina logo.
Yeah, and they continue to just run up behind this big offensive line, led by the center, number 65, Ramsey Martinez.
We're already 9:53 and counting here in the first quarter. Quick handoff, Luna. He's got the first down. Inside the 45, down to the 44. They're going to spot it at the 45. That's a first down for the Trojans.
Tackled by number 2, Joe Palacios for the Kingsville.
Just moving the ball down the field. This offense reminds me of Cal Allen's offense back in the day. They would just go down and grind. And next thing you know, you've got half the quarter's gone and you're down 7-0.
Yeah, you love a good patient play caller, you know.
Right.
And if you're going to keep picking up these yards on the ground, why change it up?
Play clock down to 13. This is a snap. And there's DeFore. He's got a lane. DeFore hits the outside. He's turning it on, and nobody's going to catch. Caden DeFore. Touchdown, Trojans.
To the end zone for a Trojan touchdown.
Opening drive touchdown for the Moody Trojans, as that is a 45-yard run by Caden DeFore. The sophomore putting up 6 points to start off the game for the Moody Trojans.
Kicking for the Trojans, number 32, Edward Hyman.
Jaime, extra point is good. 7-0 Trojans. We'll take a quick break and be back right after this.
Orthopedic excellence starts here. With 50-plus years of service in the Coastal Bend, 4 separate communities, 7 individual clinics, 9 different subspecialties, 1,500 patients seen each week. Don't settle for anything but the best. South Texas Bone and Joint, the go-to orthopedic office for you and your loved ones. Your care, always our priority.
In Corpus Christi, we coast our own way.
The city to the beach, coast is more than our part of the state.
Coasting is a state of mind.
We take our time.
And take your time. We do things differently.
And celebrate what makes us the same.
This way of life is bigger than our beaches.
We are the casually charming,
the collectively cool,
the creatively curious.
We are the Gulf Coast capital.
Back here at Javelina Stadium, a 7-0 lead for the Moody Trojans, capped off by a 45-yard rushing touchdown for Caden DeFore. 6 plays, 75 yards for the Moody Trojans, and it's 9-11 remaining in the opening quarter as they're ready to kick off. And that'll be number 32 for the Moody Trojans, Edward Hymes, a tight end / defensive end sophomore kicker. On the right hash mark. Reading the setup in the caller times by Quentin Martinez and Ray Castillo. They have Moody winning this ballgame. It's a short kick, end over end, and be fielded by an up back, and I believe he steps out of bounds after he was trying to get ready to set his feet to make a move. have it at the 34-yard line.
I believe he actually tried to make a really high IQ play and catch the ball while out of bounds.
But he caught it beforehand.
Yeah, I think he caught it first.
I agree. I think that's exactly that's plausible.
Because if he caught it with 1 foot out
Right.
of bounds, that's a kickoff out of bounds. It's a better field position.
They would get it at where he was. Could have put it at the 40. 2 receivers split out on the left side, 2 on the right. Sends in motion as Everett looks over the defense, takes a snap, 3-step drop, looks to his left, wants to throw, now fires, and it's incomplete.
Back to pass to number 4.
It was intended for number 4, Ethan Lederman. It looks like one of the linebackers there for Moody, who someone was covering him, might have been in his hip pocket for a second. It looked a little awkward as he's trying to come out of his break.
Yeah, pretty well defended right there from the Trojans.
Now they're sending Maxey split out to the left by his lonesome. Single back. Motion, reversing, and a handoff to Montgomery. Up the middle. About 3 or 4 yards on second down. Spotting him at the 38-yard line, and it brings up 3rd down and 6. As the Trojans have a 7-0 lead tonight. Early going here in the first quarter. Trips on the left side, single receiver out on the right is Christopher Garza, CJ Garza. There's a snap. Everett looking, pressure's coming up the middle. He's stepping out of the pocket, now flushing out. Has the first down inside Trojan territory, but they might spot him right at the 50, and I believe they are.
Yeah, it's going to be a gain of 12 on the ground right there for Dylan Everett. As we talked about it pregame, they're actually going to give him the 49-yard line.
And they're in the hurry-up mode now with 2-by-2 set. Motion again, handoff Montgomery, trying the right side, up the middle. That's a couple of yards. They're going to spot him at the 45, a gain of 5 on first down, brings 2nd down and 5.
Officially gain of 4 here.
Okay, they did spot it at the 49.
Yeah.
They had it at the 50. That's where I started mine at. Fakes him a handoff. Everett tries and gets to the line of scrimmage, and they're going to give him a gain of 1 down to the 44.
Tackle by number 12.
3rd and 4.
Cash Orga.
5, sorry.
Going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 for the Brahmas.
Everett looks, and a false start. I saw a hand move, something right there before the snap, and Art Green says he saw the same thing. Puts it back to the 49.
Going to bring up the 3rd and 10. With the ball back to Trojans' 49-yard line.
Trips on the right side of the formation now for the Javelinas. Sorry, the Brahmas. I'll get it right in a moment. Everett rolling out to his left, throwing. It's caught near the first down, and I believe he has it. Depends on the spot.
Pass to number 11, Braylon Maxey.
And they're giving it to him. They're going to move the chains.
Okay. Trayvon Dreyer for the Trojans.
I like that matchup right there as captain
Brahmas pick up the 1st down. Trojans 39
for the
yard line.
King offense with the big-time catch.
Snap. Montgomery up the middle. He had a nice head of steam and over-ends a Trojan down to about the 35-yard line.
Hands off to number 24, Demarius Montgomery. Tackled by number 9, Jake Ortega for the Trojans.
Brings up 2nd down and 5. As that sun is just now peaked just behind the visiting stands. 2-by-2 set now for the Javelinas. Everett back to throw, going deep down to the right corner. In and out of the hands. And a nice defensive play.
Christopher Garza, pass was broken up.
Can't quite see the number. That is number 10? Number 16? It's going to be number 10. Jaden Vasquez for the Moody Trojans with a really clutch pass breakup.
There's a flag here at the 34-yard line near the Javelina sideline.
Illegal procedure against the Brahmas.
So that play wouldn't have counted anyways.
Move them back 5 yards.
And this one's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 now. But I really like this one-on-one matchup that Braylon Maxey has at the bottom of the screen here.
Your quarterback has 10 touchdown passes this season and only 2 interceptions. Take the shot. Trips on the right. Everett wanting to throw. Pressure's coming, flushing, rolling around. Reverses field again. 360 in the backfield. Now throws deep down the left sideline. In and out of the hand of the left hand of his intended receiver, number 9, Bryson Madrid.
Wow, we really saw some amazing escapability right there by number 16, Dylan Everett, as he did everything he possibly could, and he placed that ball nearly perfectly, just in and out of the hands.
One of the things I liked he was able to do after he did a 360 kind of a loop around, he was able to set his feet and get everything into that throw, and that was not a wobbler. That had a nice tight spiral on it as it sailed down that left sideline.
Yeah, and a lot of times in high school football, you'll see these young athletes, you know, not being able to reset their feet on plays like that.
Trips on the left, 3rd and 10. Motion stops, reverses back around. It's a little shovel pass, and it's close to the first down yardage. Might see it about a 4th and 2 possibly. They're going to give him the 32-yard line.
Lerma doing a really good job running behind his lead blockers. He had a good block out there from Maxey.
4th and 3.
4th and 3 for the Brahmas. Brahmas electing to go for it.
2-by-2 set. Everett gets the call from the sideline. Montgomery behind him now. Wishbone looking offense. Here's the snap, trying to get that yardage. They were in there, ball's out. Looks like Montgomery got back on it possibly. It doesn't matter, it was 4th down. Kingsville, some of the linemen say, hey, we got it. Well, it was 4th down.
That play was absolutely blown up by number 23 of the Moody Trojans. That's going to be Jonah Morales with a big-time hit stick to knock that ball out. But as you said, Doug, it is a turnover on downs nonetheless.
Right. It wouldn't have mattered whether Kingsville was able to get back on the ball or not. The Brahmas, it was 4th down and 4. Moody takes over with 5:32 remaining in the opening quarter, leading 7-0, 1st and 10 from their 37. Snap, hands off Luna, trying the left side, and he runs into that defensive line and gets about a gain of 2. We have him at the 39-yard line. Moody is yet to attempt to pass tonight.
Yeah, that was number 32, Jaden Martinez, that absolutely blew that play up coming down from his linebacker spot.
You know, we were talking on the way down on the trip here to Kingsville with this game tonight. Dylan Prado was 5 of 11 on the season, passing for 86 yards. So they're not going to throw. They're going to run. And there's DeFore again. He tried that right side, breaks a tackle, trying to get out of it and hit and driven backwards, but he is picked up 8 more yards. They have him at the 46-yard line. Makes a 3rd down and 1.
Jaden Martinez for the Brahmas and number 3, Christopher Gradisov.
DeFore was trying to spin out of that and try to use his legs and push backwards, try to get that, break that tackle of the guy. The defender had his hand on his jersey trying to pull it back a little bit.
Yeah, that's really good defense right there, swarming to the football.
Right.
Not allowing the skilled players of the Moody Trojans to break tackles and get those extra yards.
Brahmas jump, and Prado takes it straight forward. They're going to call it.
Going to be an offsides against the Brahmas.
3rd penalty tonight on the Brahmas.
Going to be an
for 15 yards total.
So that's going to bring up a 1st and 10.
Inside Brahma territory at the 49. Saturday on News Talk KEYS, Mississippi State, the number 1 Texas Longhorns, 2 o'clock, 3:15 kickoff. Make sure you tune in for that. Now the Trojans send 2 receivers wide, and there's a hit in the backfield. Somehow he stayed out of it and came out of his shoe. That was a Brahma that lost his shoe.
Tackled by number 20,
Juan Caldera.
For the Brahmas.
And Moody was fortunate to get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. Who's that, number 24 on the carry? Was that Isaiah Zamora?
I believe so, Doug.
When you go back and watch the film on that one, that's going to be one of those ones where you're like, hey, you know what? That was good. End around to DeFore. Picks up a couple, marking him at the 45, again a 4. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Trojans, leading 7-0 with 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the opening quarter.
You know, even though there's a gain of 4 right there, that was absolutely textbook defense by number 7, Jacob Rivera, to set the edge, shed his blocker, and to get off of that block and make the tackle to limit it to only a 4-yard gain, because the Moody Trojan offense had some space to work with. Really good play right there from number 7.
And a quick handoff, Luna. Luna bounces off the left, fights for more yardage on up the middle. They're spotting him at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 2, brings up 4th down.
Bring up a 4th down and 3, makes that a 4th down and 4 for the Trojan.
Moody was able to get down the field in their first possession of the ball game a little bit easier. This drive, the Brahmas are ready for him. DeFore sets a block as Casillo gets to the rounds the corner, down the sideline, and 1st down for the Trojans, out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
Picks up the 1st down.
Big time block by Adrian Luna, the running back, getting out there and helping out the wide receiver on the carry.
For the Brahmas. Gonna bring up the 1st down.
As they get some big time yardage right there to extend this drive once again.
32-yard line.
It just worked down the field. 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. 7-0 Moody on top of Kingsville.
And we mentioned it on the way up here, Doug. Whenever Moody gets the ball, they take a lot of time off the clock because of their run game.
Play comes in about 15 seconds on the play clock. They set the line of scrimmage at 10-9. And there's a handoff to Luna off the right side. And that's just bruising running.
Number 27, Luna.
May not look like a lot right now in the opening quarter, but you get going later in that deep in that 3rd quarter and the 4th quarter, and you got somebody hitting you like that all night, you tend to kind of shy away from that.
If you want a comparison with the NFL, they always talk about Derrick Henry, how he gets all of his yardage in the 3rd and 4th quarter because he's bruising you throughout the ball game, and then at the end of the game you're worn out and he breaks one loose.
I would compare him more to a Mike Allstott.
It's a little bit outside of my era, Doug.
He was for Tampa Bay. Wants to throw. Prado rolling to the right, looking after the big stops. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage, and he has to come out for a play as his helmet popped off.
Prado with the quarterback keeper.
He lost yardage on that. They're spotting him back at the 30-yard line. Loss of 2.
Ferron Jr. for the Brahmas.
It'll be 3rd down and long for Moody with a minute remaining in the opening quarter. And I think Moody is going to, I think they can call a timeout here, and Prado does not have to leave the ball game. And I think they're going to take time off the clock, as that's what's happening right now.
And you're right about that one, Doug. They're going to take the play clock all the way down to 1, take the timeout.
And I believe Prado can stay in the ball game.
Yes, you're right about that, Doug. So they are going to have their starting quarterback in for this critical 3rd down.
With 33 seconds left in the 1st quarter here at Javelina Stadium.
Bring a band into the direction of Mr. Porfirio Mendez.
And it'll give an opportunity to say thank you to the sponsors tonight. That's our friends over at South Texas Bone and Joint, Complete Foundation Repairs. You know them formerly as you see the logo as Uratech. Moore's Compounding Pharmacy, Neil's Urban Oven at 6534 Yorktown, and the Corpus Christi Sports Commission. They are the 3rd quarter sponsor tonight. 1st quarter sponsor on our scorebug is our friends over at G-Tech Communications. Part of the Student Athlete of the Week. We'll have more information about that coming up at halftime. We'll have the current standings that the Moody Trojans are in with the teams that we cover a majority of for the season, 15-5A. Division II.
As well as a big shout out to our Moody Trojan High School band and drill team and cheerleaders.
Now,
thank y'all for coming out.
There's a little bit of a delay as we're getting ready set after the timeout, I believe. And now Art Green says, all right, guys, come on. We're going to start the play clock here in a moment. 33 seconds left in the opening quarter.
I believe there was a gesture to number 7, Dylan Prado, just to make sure that he can come back into this ball game because they called a timeout.
Right. And they did. Luna, the only tailback. Makes her end around. It's Romeo Castillo again. Get to the outside. A nice block by Luna. Castillo over a defender. Down inside the 20 for a first down for the Trojans.
Yeah, he was following some big-time blocks by number 27, Adrian Luna, and then number 53, right guard, Mark Haney, on the pull with a big-time block of his own, as now there is an injured Brahma on the field.
I'll let you know what's coming up on tomorrow night on MikeSportsNetwork.com. We have the Alice Coyotes and the GP Wildcats. Pregame starts at 6:30, 7 o'clock kickoff tomorrow night from Ray Aikens Wildcat Stadium. Alice is coming in at 2-2. The Wildcats at 0-4. And, of course, after that on Keys, we'll have the TSM postgame and scoreboard show, 10 o'clock and 10:30 respectively. Scores from all over the state in Texas high school football. Saturday, Mississippi State #1 Texas Longhorns, 2 o'clock pregame, 3:15 kickoff. Sunday, the Sports Rush, 9 to 11. And NASCAR, the Hollywood Casino 400 from Kansas Speedway. That gets underway at 1 o'clock on Sunday. I believe one of the last races of the year that I think we'll be able to carry. And then, of course, next week, the only game we have will be from Warrior Stadium, Toloso Midway, and the Alice Coyotes. So we have Alice back-to-back weeks.
They have a good football program.
The Alice Coyotes?
Yes, they are.
They do. It'll be our third time to see the Coyotes. The opening game of the year, the Peanut Butter Bowl against the Carroll Tigers.
As they have started the play clock, and they're going to take this all the way down to the half.
And head coach Mike Cantu was out having a conversation with referee Art Green. And let's flip ends.
Kingsville Brahmas 0.
Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Second quarter on the way.
This is Kelby at Moore's Compounding Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Our supplements are science-based, high-quality products that will help you transform your life. See our products at moore'spharmacy.com today.
Before Eurotech, the doors won't close, cabinets stay open, and walls crack. After Eurotech, that's all just a memory. The pros at Eurotech provide rock-solid foundation repair. They repair bulkheads and swimming pool decking the right way, the first time. The cutting-edge Eurotech method seals joints and levels and...
Somehow or another, Luna on the handoff, fights through traffic, breaks tackles all his way into the end zone. Trojans score another touchdown.
And they don't miss a beat as we barely got a chance to come back from break. But you're right about that one, Doug. Luna brings in a touchdown to make this game 13-0.
Pending the extra point. And kicking duties again for number 32, Edward Hymas.
The extra point after attempted by number 32, Perales.
And the kick is up, and it's good. 14-0, Trojans leading the Brahmas back after this.
GTech 360 proudly celebrating 20 years in business. What a local internet provider can do for you? No data caps. 24/7 customer support. Expert installations. Locally owned and operated. We connect people and communities. Give us a call today at 361-777-1400 for your internet, VoIP, and security needs.
It's game time at Sames Ford, and that means you score big when you shop Sames and save. Check out this season's lineup, all new F-150s and Broncos, Rangers, and Mavericks. The front line is stacked with Explorers, Escapes, and the 7-seater Expedition. It's time to score big at Sames Ford with game time deals and big league discounts. We are Sames Ford, treating Texans right since 1910. Shop local, shop Sames.
Back here at Javelina Stadium, 14-0 Moody Trojans over the Kingsville Brahmas, and another kick is end over end, high and short, fielded by one of the upbacks about the 23, 24-yard line. It's hard to see his number. Gets across the 30 and then dropped down by 2 Trojans. Looks like number 6, Eric Kaysen, on the return. And it was. 11:47 remaining before halftime. Moody with a 14-0 lead over the Brahmas.
Yeah, Doug, they had themselves a nice long drive down the field, taking this game into the second quarter, wasted no time. With 11:55 on the clock, Adrian Luna walked into the end zone for the second Moody Trojan touchdown of the day.
1st and 10 from the 31. 2-by-2 set for the Brahmas, going left to right. Fakes a handoff, swing pass out to Maxey. Breaks a tackle, gets into 2 more defenders, and they finally bring him down about the 35-yard line. See if they spot him at the 36. And they do.
That's going to be a first down, gain of 5 for the Brahmas.
There's a quick snap, fakes a handoff. Everett keeps himself, tries the right, goes back to the left. Has a lot of room to run now, waiting on the block, and wisely goes out of bounds.
Dylan Everett on the quarterback keeper.
And that's enough for a first down.
36.
They're going to spot the ball at the 46-yard line.
Bring up a 1st and 10.
A gain of 10 on second down. Sends in motion, hands off Montgomery. Up the middle. Fighting for yardage, a gain of 9 on first down. Up to the 46.
Tackle by number 56, Robert Garcia.
A 2-by-2 set. Everett with 3-step drop, setting, wanting to throw, now fires up to a wide open receiver. And a nice move, and another first down for the Brahmas.
Gain of 12 right there for Kingsville.
Tackle by number 8, Trayvon Dyer.
Down inside the 35-yard line. Looks like the nose of the ball is at the 34.
For the Brahmas on the Trojans' 34-yard line.
2-by-2 set again. Everett sends his man in motion, and a false start. 4th penalty tonight on the Brahmas.
Yeah, they got big number 75 left guard, Jesse Garcia. Just a little twitchy right there, and they're going to move this one back 5 yards.
Move them back 5 yards. Going to bring up a 1st and 15 for the Kingsville Brahmas.
Maxey on that reception a while ago was a nice one. He's been one of the 1-2 punches on the receiving core from Everett. 1st and 15. Quick snap, and Montgomery looks like he's got that penalty yardage back as he's down at the 34-yard line.
Montgomery, tackle by number 12, Cash Orgas for the Trojans.
Now 2nd down and 10. Snap, Everett looks to his left, reverses field, now out to the right, and takes off with a lot of room to run. Cutting, reversing field against the grain, trying to get behind Maxey. He does, down the sideline, inside the 10, still on his feet.
And down at about the 1-yard line.
33 yards for Dylan Everett.
But not until he gets all the way down.
And he is a very special runner. When he has room to make special things happen, he always does it.
Hands off Montgomery off the left side, and he's across the goal line. Touchdown, Brahmas.
And an incredibly smart chess move right there by the Brahmas. After that big-time gain, they hurry to the line, get that little 1-yard halfback dive in there to get some points on the board for the first time tonight.
The extra point with 9:30 to go before halftime. Everett holds, and the kick makes it through. It's 14-7. Back after this.
Orthopedic excellence starts here. With 50-plus years of service in the Coastal Bend, 4 separate communities, 7 individual clinics, 9 different subspecialties, 1,500 patients seen each week. Don't settle for anything but the best. South Texas Bone and Joint, the go-to orthopedic office for you and your loved ones. Your care, always our priority.
In Corpus Christi, we coast our own way.
The city to the beach, coast is more than our part of the state.
Coasting is a state of mind.
We take our time.
Integral power. We do things differently.
And celebrate what makes us the same.
This way of life is bigger than our beaches.
We are the casually charming,
The collectively cool.
the creatively curious,
We are the Gulf Coast capital.
Look up the KISD Education Foundation.
Back here at Javelina Stadium, 9 minutes, 30 seconds to go before halftime. And here's the kick from the Brahmas. Back to number 8 of the Trojans, Dyer. Stops at the 25-yard line, and not much further than that on the return.
Going to bring up a 1st and 10.
9:22 as the Trojans take over.
By number 46, Alexander De La Rosa for the Brahmas.
I'm going to be interested to see what the Kingsville Brahma defense does to slow down this run game of the Moody Trojans, as they've had themselves a lot of success on the ground in this first half.
And a lot of plays. Hands off to 4. No, who is that? It's Luna. Breaks out from the pack inside. Pulling on his jersey. He's still on his feet near midfield.
Number 27, that's Luna.
My goodness. 24 yards
Number 32.
on first down. They're going to give him 25 as they're marking him right at midfield in a first down.
And it's just hard not to absolutely love how this kid runs the football. He runs like a bull in a china shop. Very physical runner.
Get out of my way.
Very hard to take him down to the ground. Entertaining watch right there from Adrian Lunes. He's a special runner with the ball in his hands.
And I had an opportunity to talk to the Moody Trojans last week when we presented Adrian Luna as a Student Athlete of the Week, and they were watching film when I showed up. And one of the things I said, what they do so well are the fakes. They had me fooled on that run. Hand off again. This time it's to DeFore. Trying to get to the outside stutter step inside Brahma territory down at the 45. It's a gain of 5 on first down. 2nd down and 5 for the Trojans. DeFore a little slow to get up.
And they're going to bring back in Adrian Luna and number 88 tight end. Who's that? That's going to be Jaye Garza.
(8:11) and counting before halftime. Moody leads 14-7. Break the huddle, and at 9 seconds the line of scrimmage. Handoff Castillo. Stops. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Maybe losing a yard, and I think he is going to lose a yard back to the 45. Actually, no gain because that's where he was marked was the 45.
Reader for the Brahmas. Going to bring up a 3rd down.
3rd and 5. Moody's had that a couple of times where the Brahmas were able to get in the backfield, get penetration, get back in there, stop any chance they have to be able to break out and get upfield.
You just got to make sure that you wrap up these strong, physical, explosive runners that the Moody Trojans have. Because you're right, we have seen some multiple times where they've been in the backfield but haven't been able to get the runner on the ground.
Hand off, Luna up the middle. And he's got the first down. Inside the 40. Looks like they're going to give him about the 38 and a gain of 7.
Adrian Luna picks up the first down for the Trojans. Tackled by number 33, Kenneth.
And they're marking it at the 38 and moving the sticks. You know, they've been running this offense under head coach Mike Cantu for several seasons now, and it seems like these young men, once they've worked through it, coming in as freshmen, working through it as a sophomore and junior, these guys, and they're fairly a young team, but they seem to understand what head coach Mike Cantu wants them to do. Martinez at the line of at the scrimmage. Fakes the handoff, hits back here to Castillo again, breaks out of the pack to the outside on the sideline. Over a Brahma inside the 25 to the 24.
And another chunk play for the Trojans on the ground.
And that was 2 fake handoffs, and then finally the handoff to Castillo, and he was able to slide back behind his pulling guards and bust out of the pack. You can't see him sometimes. And then next thing you know, he's down the field. So 1st and 10 from the 24. It's back-to-back first downs for the Trojans. Everything's been on the ground tonight.
Have not completed a pass. Have not officially thrown a pass.
Correct. Handoff to DeFore. DeFore cuts inside. Tries to break outside. And a nice pickup on first down. Looks like they're going to spot him about the 16-yard line.
Gain of 8.
1,355 yards for the Trojans, all on the ground coming into this ball game tonight.
Dominating.
DeFore averaging over 100 yards. Luna over 100 yards. He had 60 carries for 399 coming in, 48 carries for 473 for DeFore, 6 touchdowns for DeFore, 5 for Luna coming into the game, 11 rushing.
And I love how DeFore and Luna complement each other. DeFore's a little bit undersized compared to Luna, but he's an explosive runner with good vision.
Hands off Luna, stutter step. Up the middle, into the umpire, knocks him over, dragging defenders across the goal line, touchdown Trojans.
Number 27, Adrian Luna.
Hope the umpire's okay. But that was a load coming through.
A bull in a china shop, Doug. That's what we described him as earlier, and that's exactly what he was on that run. As he was bouncing off of a Brahma, bouncing off of another defender, all the way into the end zone.
Bouncing off an umpire.
Yes, and he did not flinch. As we were talking about DeFore with the vision and the speed, and then there's Luna as the Moody Trojans make the extra point to make this one a 21-7 ball game. We will get back to recap that drive after this break.
This is Kelby at Moore's Compounding Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Our supplements are science-based, high-quality products that will help you transform your life. See our products at moore'spharmacy.com today.
Before Eurotech, the doors won't close, cabinets stay open, and walls crack. After Eurotech, that's all just a memory. The pros at Eurotech provide rock-solid foundation repair. They repair bulkheads and swimming pool decking the right way, the first time. The cutting-edge Eurotech method seals joints and levels and stabilizes concrete. Visit CompleteFoundationRepairs.com today or call 361-885-7901. Eurotech, keeping your world level. Financing available.
Big round of applause for them guys. Come on, Brahma Nation.
Back here at Javelina Stadium, 21-7, as the Trojans have a lead over the Brahmas. Score update from the NFL action tonight. The Dallas Cowboys lead the New York Giants in New York 7-3, heading into the second quarter. And that was a 7-play drive, 75 yards, capped off by a 16-yard Adrian Luna run, 21-7.
Kicking off number 32, Perales.
And that's the end-over-end kick from Perales. Back about the 32 of them in there. Bounces up in the hands. He had a room, stumbled, and could not keep his feet. And there was nothing but green and opportunity in front of him if he stayed up.
Yeah, you're right about that, Doug. That was a house call if he didn't get tripped up right there.
3-yard line is going to bring up a first.
But it's still a pretty good return after what could have been a tragic kickoff for the Brahmas, as that one was bobbled up, a collision of returners, but they made the best out of that one, bringing this ball up to the 43-yard line.
You know, we have seen a lot of crazy action this season with the ball bouncing different ways and everything, and that was one of those plays that fits in that category this year. With a handoff to Montgomery, trying the right side, turns up the field, has a gain of about 2 to the 45-yard line.
Demarius Montgomery with a carry, tackled by number
Montgomery has good speed. If he can get to the corner and the Brahmas are able to set that edge, he can get a lot of yardage on there. But this Trojan defense really scraping down the line, able to thwart that effort. Snap, Everett one to throw. Throwing to his right side, high. Intended for Josiah Rivera.
For number 1, Josiah Rivera. Pass is incomplete. Going to bring up a 3rd down.
Should be about 3rd and 8. And I can see the video board from where we're at here. Nice, clear numbers. I wouldn't even need my glasses to read that tonight. Snap to Everett, looking to 2 receivers. Wants his man. He's wide open again. He's just sitting in that zone. He did it well. Breaks the tackle. Gets to the outside. Inside the 40.
Everett back to pass.
And a huge gain. And a pickup on a 1st down all the way to the 30-yard line.
Gain of 25 right there for Maxey, as there's going to be a timeout on the field for an injured Trojan.
Going to bring up a 1st and 10.
Excuse me, yes, a gain of 30 on that one.
No, you're right.
Yeah, it was a 25 because it was from the Trojan 45 into the Brahma territory.
From the negative side to the plus side.
Yeah, down to the 30-yard line. So that's a 25-yard pickup for Maxey, and he's been their go-to receiver. I mean, they haven't passed the ball much. I think that's only, their 3rd pass of the night.
Trojan sideline.
Let me see here. 1. Seven attempts.
7 attempts. Only a couple completions.
Probably 3 or 4 if I remember. I'm not keeping that stat tonight.
But Maxey with a really good route right there. Just a little curl route. About an 8-yard curl. He was left wide open, made a man miss. Gets a big-time gain into Trojan territory.
You see the wide shot we have right in front of us here in the booth at Javelina Stadium. A decent crowd from the Moody Trojans. I know that they shared this game tonight on the Facebook pages and everything else at the Booster Club. We appreciate them doing that. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate your support. It'll give us an opportunity to say thank you to the sponsors. We appreciate you guys as well. And if those of you watching tonight, whether you're a Brahma fan or you're a Moody Trojan fan, make sure you go check everybody out and say thank you to South Texas Bone and Joint. If the need ever arises, please remember South Texas Bone and Joint. Complete Foundation Repairs. You can find out more information at CompleteFoundationRepairs.com. That is formerly known as Eurotech. Neil's Urban Oven. Great pizza. Check them out, 6534 Yorktown. Moore's Compounding Pharmacy on McCardle and the Corpus Christi Sports Commission. Find out more information on them at visitcorpuschristi.com. 1st and 10. Everett with a handoff. Montgomery at the line. Fights through 1 tackle. Still trying to step out of another and unable to do so. With looks about a gain of 5, though. Down to the 25-yard line.
Adrian Ayala.
21-7 Trojans with 4 minutes and 25 seconds left before halftime. Brahmas trying to answer back. Quick throw out to his intended receiver, and he's got it. Got the 1st down to about the 14-yard line. Josiah Rivera with a nice catch and a better move.
Josiah Rivera.
Gain of 15 right there.
Tackle by number 11, Henderson for the Trojans. Gonna bring up a
quick snap, hands off Montgomery. Trying the right side. There's a big hole as he's not a cutback, slicing through all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Montgomery. 15-yard carry.
And it was a good one right there from Demarius Montgomery.
Number 24, Demarius Montgomery into
as the sophomore.
Touchdown.
Makes this one a 1-score ball game late in the 2nd quarter.
Everett to hold. Gonzalez to try the extra point.
Gonzalez with the point after.
The snap is good. Pressure is coming. It's blocked off of a Brahma. Picked up by the Trojans, maybe. Now he comes out of the pack with it. Dyer fighting for some yardage. Still.
Tackle by number 11, Braylon Maxey.
So it's 21-13 back after this.
The point after.
GTech 360 proudly celebrating 20 years in business. What a local internet provider can do for you? No data caps. 24/7 customer support, expert installations, locally owned and operated. We connect people and communities. Give us a call today at 361-777-1400 for your internet, VoIP, and security needs.
It's game time at Sames Ford, and that means you score big when you shop Sames and save. Check out this season's lineup, all new F-150s and Broncos, Rangers, and Mavericks. The front line is stacked with Explorers, Escapes, and the 7-seater Expedition. It's time to score big at Sames Ford with game time deals and big league discounts. We are Sames Ford, treating Texans right since 1910. Shop local, shop Sames.
We're back here at Javelina Stadium. The Moody Trojans in the Kingsville Brahmas. 21-13, the extra point was blocked. It was a 15-yard run on a 6-play drive starting from the Brahmas 43-yard line off the kickoff return.
And I want to give some love to the O-line that had some great blocking on that touchdown run after this kickoff.
And it's a knuckler back to Castile on the fly. Castile can fly too. Stops. Out of a thing. Up the field. Cuts again and tackled from behind. He had Green an opportunity in front of him again, but a Brahma comes flying up from behind to bring him down.
Yeah, as we've talked about multiple times before, Doug, we are not afraid to give love to the big boys up front, to the guys on special teams. And I want to give some love to number 75, Jesse Garcia from the Brahmas, the left guard, who had himself a great block on that. He was the puller right there, so he was the guy that Demarius Montgomery was following. That big boy, number 75, was all the way at the 5-yard line at the end of that run.
Trojans are already at the line of scrimmage, and before the play was ready to set. No, it's down to 10 seconds yet. They were ready to go. Kingsville is late getting on the field. Fumble on the play.
Handoff, and there's a fumble on the play.
Kingsville coaches are saying they've got it. The players say they have it. And Art Green says it's Moody's ball.
Recovered by the Moody Trojans. Going to bring up a second down.
But yeah, I wanted to give love to that big man as he was moving bodies 15 yards down the field to get the Brahmas within a 1-score game here late in the second quarter.
Second and 10 on the Trojans' 38-yard line.
Moody could have really been hurt with that one. They could have been close to tying this game up if the Brahmas were able to cover that. Hands off Luna. And maybe a gain of 2 up to the 40-yard line.
Tackled by a whole bunch of Brahmas.
It'll be 3rd down and 8 coming up for the Trojans.
1 yard, 2 yards. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 on about the Trojan 40-yard line.
As the Brahmas go a little bit lighter on defense, bringing in an extra defensive back, number 18 for the Brahmas.
You know, typically you would expect that from a team that's a traditional spread offense, but with this wing T, slot T offense. Timeout, Brahmas, they were...
Got a timeout, the Kingsville Brahmas.
And you have 3 of them to use, so as we talk about all the time, you can't keep them in your pocket, take them home with you, so you might as well use them. Make sure you have the right defensive play call.
Sure.
As I do like the strategy that they use. I mean, Moody isn't necessarily a passing offense, as we talk about. They might pass maybe a handful of times a game, if that.
Reminds me of Cal Allen back in the day. They might throw 3 passes a ball game.
Maybe.
On a good day, if they were lucky.
So they bring
And if you bust one for a touchdown, it's worth it.
Yes, it is. And so they bring in the extra defensive back, number 18, Julio Pineda Garcia, to lighten up, maybe bolster up that secondary a little bit. But at the end of the day, you probably know that the Moody Trojans are going to run the football.
They were not lining up in the passing formation.
Yeah, that is Moody Trojan football.
Not a traditional passing formation for Moody in that regard, but they can run passes out of that.
Yeah, and you've seen it here tonight.
You get those backers creeping up to that line of scrimmage, creeping up, ready to stack the box. You know, you get up at 8 guys inside the first 5 yards.
And, I mean, it's worked for them tonight. I think they've scored on every drive that they've had.
Yes.
Yeah, they've scored a touchdown on every single drive so far tonight.
The one possession that ended the first quarter, they kept going and right down. 3 for 3 tonight. 3rd down and long. Jumped. Prado tries to get moving forward, and they slinging back, and now whistles coming everywhere.
It's going to be a neutral zone infraction.
Made contact.
Okay, so an offside.
Yeah.
Going to be an offsides against the Brahmas.
I didn't see any contact being made, but you're right about that, Doug.
Helmet to helmet right up there, up quick. Not much.
As they call an offside, this ball's going to get moved up 5 yards, making this a much easier 3rd down and 3 now for the Moody Trojans. As this plays right into the hands of this Moody Trojan offense
and
that's dominated on the ground.
4 yards, 5 yards to carry. 3 yards is bread and butter for him. Luna behind Prado. Hands off Castillo out to the outside. He's got a little bit of a lane, and he's turning on down the sideline. 2 defenders to pass up. Can they get him? They do not. Touchdown Castillo and the Moody Trojans.
Romeo Castillo in for a touchdown for the
45 yards.
Explosive run after explosive run for the Moody offense tonight.
And now 4 for 4 on possessions in the ballgame. It's 27-13 pending the extra point with 2:01 remaining before halftime.
Perales to attempt the point after.
Edward Jaimes. There's a snap. The kick is up, and I don't know how it wasn't blocked, but it's good. 28-13 back after this.
Orthopedic excellence starts here. With 50-plus years of service in the Coastal Bend, 4 separate communities, 7 individual clinics, 9 different subspecialties, 1,500 patients seen each week. Don't settle for anything but the best. South Texas Bone and Joint, the go-to orthopedic office for you and your loved ones. Your care, always our priority.
In Corpus Christi, we coast our own way.
From the city to the beach, coast is more than our part of the state.
Coasting is a state of mind.
We take our time.
And take it out. We do things differently.
And celebrate what makes us the same.
This way of life is bigger than our beaches.
We are the casually charming,
The collectively cool.
the creatively curious.
We are the Gulf Coast capital.
Josiah Rivera.
Here we are back at Javelina Stadium. It is a 28-13 lead for the Moody Trojans. 4 for 4 on offensive possessions tonight for the Trojans. That's just good football. And the kick high, end over end and back deep. Fielded back about the 4-yard line. Rivera trying to slice through a couple of defenders. He is strong and fights his way up to the 24-yard line.
And it was a miracle that they even got that.
Right.
As there was some severe breakthroughs in the coverage team for the Brahmas as they take the field here with less than 2 minutes to go. 1:54 remaining in the second quarter. Trying to make this a one-score game once again.
Score update from New York. The Cowboys 7, the Giants 6 in the second quarter. Looks like he jumped early. Pressure's coming. Everett throws. He's hit as he throws. It's down deep and about 3 yards in front of his intended receiver, Bryson Madrid.
Bryson Madrid will pass it complete.
I believe I saw a flag come out, but
I thought so for a moment, too, the way the officials were standing.
But they let it play on, bringing up second down now.
A 2-by-2 base set. Montgomery to the left. There's whistles beforehand. Timeout, Moody.
On the play, timeout, Moody Trojans.
With 1:48 remaining.
Leaves 1:48 in the first half. Again, folks, don't go
I think
away.
the story of tonight's ball game has just been
Moody Trojan,
defense has been optional tonight. I mean, the only reason why this game isn't in the upper 50s.
C.D. Lamb with the Cowboys. Dak Prescott hits C.D. Lamb for 55 yards and a touchdown.
So a big-time update from New York.
And I know those of you come back and watch this ball game on demand. It's an important game for the Cowboys that they're 1-2.
Can't fold at 1-3.
That's very hard.
It's a rough hole to get out of.
And it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Brahmas with 2x2. Everett back looking to throw. Pressure's coming deep down the middle. He's got his man. And it looked like his receiver stopped on the route. Julio Pineda Garcia. It looks like he slowed up to adjust and didn't realize that he was going to get there.
Yeah, Dylan Everett with a great ball, maybe a couple yards out in front, but a good job stepping up into the pocket, evading pressure. A good job by the offensive line to give him room to throw. Just couldn't connect on that deep ball, but he was open.
3rd down and 10 for the Brahmas. You got to pick up a 1st down with 1:42 left. Everett looking to throw. Moving in the pocket now outside throws. He's got his man. It's lather, rinse, repeat on the sideline again. And that's the 1st down they needed up to the 40-yard line.
And that's Maxey again, the captain for the Brahmas, coming up big.
Spotting it at the 41. And a 1st down.
Up a 1st and 10.
And whistles beforehand.
False start.
False start.
Against the Kingsville Brahmas, going to move them back 5
6th
yards.
penalty tonight on Kingsville. 30 yards.
Ball spotted on the 36-yard line.
First and 15. Motion, handoff Montgomery. Trying to get the outside. Does. Up the field. Penalty yardage back. And a positive gain now up
Montgomery breaks 1 tackle.
to the 43.
And finally tackled by number 55, Isaac Rojas. Brings up a 2nd and 8.
Snap to Everett. Looks and reverses, throws out a long throw to his left. And a big gain for a 1st down to Maxey again.
Ran out of bounds by
And
number 21, Ethan Martinez.
They're going to spot it at the Trojan 40.
The 1st down for
They're in
the
plus
Brahmas.
yardage now.
On the Trojans' 40-yard line, it's going to bring up a 1st and 10.
That's going to be a 17-yard completion to Maxey, as he's been their entire passing offense tonight.
Trips on the right side. Maxey now shifts, has motion as well. Stops, reverses as a shovel pass. Able to slip by a Moody defender into the backfield inside the 35.
Hand off to number 4, Ethan Lerma.
They're going to spot the ball at the 34.
Robert Garcia.
And a timeout by Kingsville.
And they were looking for personnel, is what it looked like. The coaches were coming over here to the side like, hey, come on, come on. 27 seconds left.
Got a timeout. Got to change the clock to 34 seconds.
So they're going to add a little bit of time on the clock. It's now going to be 34 seconds remaining in the half.
They have 1 timeout left, and you trail 28-13. Do they go for 2 here if they can score a touchdown? Moody has scored on 4 of 4 offensive possessions tonight, and they're getting 7 every pop, and you're down 2. You may want to consider it, depending on how much time you have left on the clock.
Yeah, I don't hate that decision, Doug, because at some point you're going to need to go for it.
Yeah.
Might as well go for it earlier in the game so you know what you have to deal with later.
because the way Moody's played so far in the first half, they have been very methodical just down the field. It is that old Cal Allen style offense. Just eat up the clock and score. 2-by-2 set for the Brahmas. Second down. Snap. Everett reversing field. Losing yards. Now wants to throw it and throws it out of bounds. He does have a receiver, and it was past the line of scrimmage.
I'm surprised that they didn't get an ineligible
It should have been
receiver.
ineligible downfield. Could have been.
Unless the lineman stayed somewhat within the line of scrimmage. 50-50 call right there.
We can see it if we watch a replay if there was anybody down, but it doesn't matter. 2-by-2 set, third down. Snap. Everett looking to throw this time. Goes out again. And another first down, just runs out of bounds. That's a long throw. He is throwing from the right hash mark all the way to the numbers on the left-hand side and hitting Maxey again.
Yeah, you might think that the ball is only traveling 10 yards up the field, but in reality, he's having to throw about 40 to 50 yards because he's on the right hash.
Throws out to the right side, this time in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Rivera. Just a tad tall.
Pass incomplete to number 1, Josiah Rivera.
And this Brahmas passing game has been really efficient. Just with those simple curl routes on the outside, the Moody defenders are playing very, very far off the ball. Just these little 8 to 10 yard curl routes by Maxey, by Josiah Rivera.
18 seconds left. Montgomery stays in pass protection as Everett looks to throw. Reversing field, steps up. Dyer chasing him. Everett racing towards the sidelines. Dyer chased him all the way to the sideline.
A couple of tacklers.
And maybe a little further, as I think a lot of this
By number 8.
Kingsville faithful and the Kingsville fans here wanted a little bit of a late hit on that one, but football's football. And a great play by Everett.
I think he got his leg.
Yeah, it's a great play by Everett to bring this one down to the 10-yard line and a first and goal with 8 seconds remaining.
You have maybe 2 plays. Trips on the right. Snap. Everett looking to throw. Fires it in the end zone. Intercepted by the Trojans. He's got room to run. He's at the sideline and hit out of bounds about the 20-yard line.
The pass intercepted by number 3, Jason Garcia in the end zone. Takes it out of bounds by number 24, Demarius Montgomery, and that's the first half, folks.
Well, that's going to end it for us, too, as well. That's the end of the first half. Moody takes a 28-13 lead at halftime. We'll step aside for a quick 60-second timeout. We'll come back and we'll get you guys ready and kind of recap the first half and show a little bit of the band tonight since we are streaming only on MikeSportsNetwork.com. We'll have the TJ Strutters and the Moody Trojan Band. We'll get to show and highlight a little bit of them as well. So, halftime, 28-13. The Trojans on top of the Brahmas. Stay with us. Be back right after this.
GTech 360 proudly celebrating 20 years in business. What a local internet provider can do for you? No data caps. 24/7 customer support. Expert installations. Locally owned and operated. We connect people and communities. Give us a call today at 361-777-1400 for your internet, VoIP, and security needs.
It's game time at Sames Ford, and that means you score big when you shop Sames and save. Check out this season's lineup, all new F-150s and Broncos, Rangers, and Mavericks. The front line is stacked with Explorers, Escapes, and the 7-seater Expedition. It's time to score big at Sames Ford with game time deals and big league discounts. We are Sames Ford, treating Texans right since 1910. Shop local, shop Sames.
Back here at Javelina Stadium, it's halftime. Doug Kesterson joined alongside Marcos Marroquin tonight. It is a 28-13 lead for the Moody Trojans. And we will go ahead and say thank you to our sponsors tonight. We appreciate their support all season long. They've been absolutely fantastic. And if you have an opportunity to talk to our sponsors or support them in any way, we'd appreciate it very much. And I know they would too. Okay, and it's if the need ever arises, if you ever have any type of injury, you need to be able to the best rehabilitation in places in town, one of the best, if not the best. Check out South Texas Bone and Joint. You can find out more information about them at their location, of course, 5917 Crosstown Expressway. Our friends over at Complete Foundation Repairs, and that's formerly Uratech, but CompleteFoundationRepairs.com. Jim Lavelle and the crew doing a fantastic job for Complete Foundation Repairs. Neil's Urban Oven at 6534 Yorktown. The amazing pizza that they make there. James is sworn down by it.
Urban Oven.
Have you had it?
Yeah, it's delicious. I love it. Definitely got to check it out.
What's your favorite pizza there from them?
I'm a classic pepperoni guy. You know, call me basic, call me simple. Maybe a little bit of a meat lovers. But I'm a pepperoni guy. I really like the pepperoni pizza from there. It is absolutely delicious. One of, if not the best, that you will find in all of South Texas.
And that oven-style pizza.
Yes.
Moore's Compounding Pharmacy, scientific-based products that will help transform your life. Great information, a great company. You can find them at 5945 McCardle. And, of course, our friends at the Corpus Christi Sports Commission, they're the third quarter sponsor of our scoreboard tonight. And, of course, you can find out more information about them at visitcorpuschristi.com. We have some exciting partnerships and ideas on the way with the Sports Commission. So it'll be interesting as the year and the season goes on in the 2024-2025 school year, what exciting opportunities are going to present themselves between Mike Sports Network and the Corpus Christi Sports Commission.
Yeah, they've been really great to us so far. Great people over there. And you're right, Doug. We're excited to see what we could do moving forward.
And, of course, you want to nominate a student athlete, you can do that at MikeSportsNetwork.com. We'll give you an opportunity to see that as well. We want to congratulate Adrian Luna, last week's Student Athlete of the Week. Today, went to Veterans Memorial High School to present to Naya White, volleyball player. She's a sophomore, and she is phenomenal. One of the best players around in our area. Of course, you cannot forget about Maggie Croft and Flower Bluff, but we recognize Naya White today at Veterans Memorial. They have a big game coming up against the Bluff tomorrow night's when I brought it up. Big thank you to Sames Ford and G-Tech Communications for sponsoring that, along with our sister stations, News Talk KEYS, Rock 92.7, and, of course, Hot Z 95. And, of course, all games are going to be available on demand at MikeSportsNetwork.com. That's MICSportsNetwork.com, no K in it. On our YouTube channel as well, Mike Sports Network. I need to do some of that this weekend. Since we have one game next week, it gives me more opportunity to make sure all of our games are loaded to YouTube. It just takes a while to upload them on there. And if you want to follow us on social media, on X and Insta, it's Mike Sports Network. I could not afford the extra O, so it's spelled WRK. Mike, M-I-C Sports Net, WRK. And on Facebook, it's Mike Sports Network. You can follow me, Doug on the Bench, on Twitter and on Instagram. Sir Edward James is also, he will be with us tomorrow night. And, of course, Marcos, what is yours?
What's that?
On your Twitter account.
I don't have Twitter anymore.
You have an Instagram.
It's Marcos.Antonio.
Marcos.Antonio?
21.
Yep. You want to check him out? Follow him there. He'd appreciate it as well. And if you're mean and rude, we'll just block you. Right? All right, let's go ahead and take a break as we're watching the Moody Trojans step aside for 3 minutes. We'll be back right after this. Stay with us.
In Corpus Christi, we coast our own way.
From the city to the beach, coast is more than our part of the state.
Coasting is a state of mind.
We take our time.
And take it out. We do things differently.
And celebrate what makes us the same.
This way of life is bigger than our beaches.
We are the casually charming,
The collectively cool.
the creatively curious.
We are the Gulf Coast capital.
Orthopedic excellence starts here. With 50-plus years of service in the Coastal Bend, 4 separate communities, 7 individual clinics, 9 different subspecialties, 1,500 patients seen each week. Don't settle for anything but the best. South Texas Bone and Joint, the go-to orthopedic office for you and your loved ones. Your care, always our priority.
This is Kelby at Moore's Compounding Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Our supplements are science-based, high-quality products that will help you transform your life. See our products at moore'spharmacy.com today.
Before Eurotech, the doors won't close, cabinets stay open, and walls crack. After Eurotech, that's all just a memory. The pros at Eurotech provide rock-solid foundation repair. They repair bulkheads and swimming pool decking the right way, the first time. The cutting-edge Eurotech method seals joints and levels and stabilizes concrete. Visit CompleteFoundationRepairs.com today or call 361-885-7901. Eurotech, keeping your world level. Financing available.
GTech 360 proudly celebrating 20 years in business. What a local internet provider can do for you? No data caps. 24/7 customer support. Expert installations. Locally owned and operated. We connect people and communities. Give us a call today at 361-777-1400 for your internet, VoIP, and security needs.
It's game time at Sames Ford, and that means you score big when you shop Sames and save. Check out this season's lineup, all new F-150s and Broncos, Rangers, and Mavericks. The front line is stacked with Explorers, Escapes, and the 7-seater Expedition. It's time to score big at Sames Ford with game time deals and big league discounts. We are Sames Ford, treating Texans right since 1910. Shop local, shop Sames.
Back here at Javelina Stadium, Doug Kesterson joined alongside Marcos Marroquin. Halftime score, 28-13, as you see the Moody Trojan Band out on the field performing. Listen to them for just a second. And the Brahmas fans here on the home side of the stadium give them a round of applause. Not a very large band, but you are a band guy in the drum and percussion section. What do you thought so far, what you heard just for a brief moment?
You know, yeah, you're right, Doug. They're not a very big band. They don't have the biggest band program. But, you know, they do the little things right, and that's all you could ask for any band is do the little things right, do the fundamentals right.
Play the notes right.
Just, yeah, hit your formations. Step off when you need to. As you see right now, they're hitting their visuals on time. You know, those are some of the things I look for as obviously a former band student of myself. But yeah, I mean, good performance so far from the Moody Trojan Band.
And I know that wide camera we have up top here is a little bit back, a little ways. We try to make sure we even get the flag girls in a little bit. And of course, let's go ahead. What are you looking for? You want to do that? Here, as we're talking about the band, as you check everything out. Moody off next week as the Trojans get ready for district play. They are 3-1 on the year with an opportunity to improve to 4-1, one of the best starts in Trojan program history for the longest time. And it's really been a fun thing to see tonight, and also a fun game to watch and a fun game also to call and be a part of. It's exciting action. You're not sure what's going to happen. Big plays all around, but it's done a nice job. Of course, Moody will start off their district play on October 11th against the Miller Bucks, and then at Gregory Portland on the 18th. The game against Ray on the 25th. November 1st against King, and then the game that we talked about a little bit earlier in the first half of this action on November 8th against Carroll, which I'm guessing that might be playoff seeding and a balance there in that mark for the Moody Trojans, because Carroll's having a great year as well, going over into Cal Allen and beating. And now I was told that their starting quarterback and starting running back were not in that game, but Carroll scored against the first team defense as well against Cal Allen. So they were doing something right offensively to go up 24-0 at halftime.
Yeah, you're right about that, Doug. Is the Carroll Tigers, as well as many of these CCISD schools, including Moody, who we're seeing tonight,
right?
Much changed, much improved, and I want to get into some of the Moody Trojan football that we've seen tonight, as they've scored on every single offensive possession in the first half, as they lead this one 28-13 in halftime. Unofficially, I have the rushing yards for the Moody Trojans. They have not completed a pass, so all of their yardage is on the ground. They have unofficially 253 yards on the ground. The Moody Trojan offense, they've had some explosive plays. They've had a 55-yarder. I believe they've had a 75-yarder. 75-yard drive.
DeFore had a 45-yard to score first. Luna had a 20-yard run. Castillo with a 55-yarder. And Luna with a 16er.
Yeah, so they haven't just been running the ball for 4 yards, 5 yards, keeping the chains moving. They've been able to get these big chunk plays on the ground, which is a very rare and special thing for any team to be able to do on the ground. It keeps the clock moving. This first half flew by, even though there was 6 touchdowns scored. It flew by because the clock keeps going and going.
Right.
And that's something that is going to affect this ball game in the second half. If the Moody Trojans can keep the ball on the field for a long period of time, it is going to severely limit what the Kingsville Brahmas can do, because they're just not on the field. Their defense hasn't proved that they can stop Moody at this point in the game. You know what, though? They're going into the second half. They are in the locker room right now making those adjustments. And I don't have any doubt that Coach Ruben Garcia and his staff are going to make necessary adjustments.
Right.
But it's up to the players coming up here in the second half if they're going to execute.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have an opportunity right now before we step aside for another break, and we can take a look at the standings for the Moody Trojans, GP Wildcats, everybody in District 15-5A, and you pop it up on your screen. Quickly, Moody and Miller at the top of the district, standing to get 3-1 overall. King coming in at 1-3, along with the Carroll Tigers picking up their win over the Cal Allen Wildcats last week. GP and Ray round up the bottom portion of the district so far in non-district play at 0-4 and 0-4 for both of those squads. This District 14-5A Division II, pardon me, I said 15, 14-5A Division II. Score update for Veterans Memorial. They were down 14-0 against PSJA North. PSJA North down in Far tonight. And I know, again, our condolences to the Brown family. I believe Braden Brown, the father of Anthony Brown, was laid to rest today. So I know that the team's mind and hearts are with the Brown family, as ours is as well. And what a moving tribute that was last week, Marcos, at Buck Stadium.
Yeah, it was, Doug. Anytime any one of your brothers on a team environment experiences a loss, it affects everybody, because
it does.
Whenever you have a tight-knit group and that chemistry is strong, as I have no doubt that the Veterans Memorial team has that bond with each other, whenever one of you has a loss, you all have a loss. You feel for your brother and for their family obviously affected. So no doubts that their hearts, their prayers are with that young man and his family tonight.
Absolutely. With 13 minutes and change left, we can watch the Brahma dance team.
Dazzles you with a palm routine to the hit song, Let's Groove Tonight.
Oh, they're going old school. We got to watch this.
That's a great song.
It's a fantastic song. And I am a dance dad. I don't dance, I finance. So HM King drill team with their job tonight. And you typically do not see in a palm routine a series of high kicks, but they incorporated that into their routine, which is a nice job to do. And it's hard to do holding on to the palms.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to give you guys a little tip from what I understand from my daughter. She was a captain for the Star Line for Veterans Memorial, that when they lock positions, they do not put any weight on there. You barely touch your fingers. So it's for looks only. So to hold those palms and to hold it like there, to do it, because if you're holding down on something, you're unable to get your kick, to get your extension.
To get the bounce and the extension.
Yes, and to get the extension to get that leg up. So that's very difficult to do. And a great job for the HM King drill team. Let's go ahead and step aside and take a 3-minute break. When we come back, we'll break down some more information for you guys and get you ones ready for the second half. It's 28-13 halftime with the Moody Trojans leading the HM King Brahmas. Stay with us.
In Corpus Christi, we coast our own way.
From the city to the beach, coast is more than our part of the state.
Coasting is a state of mind.
We take our time.
Integral power. We do things differently.
And celebrate what makes us the same.
This way of life is bigger than our beaches.
We are the casually charming,
The collectively cool.
the creatively curious.
We are the Gulf Coast capital.
Orthopedic excellence starts here. With 50-plus years of service in the Coastal Bend, 4 separate communities, 7 individual clinics, 9 different subspecialties, 1,500 patients seen each week. Don't settle for anything but the best. South Texas Bone and Joint, the go-to orthopedic office for you and your loved ones. Your care, always our priority.
This is Kelby at Moore's Compounding Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Our supplements are science-based, high-quality products that will help you transform your life. See our products at moore'spharmacy.com today.
Before Eurotech, the doors won't close, cabinets stay open, and walls crack. After Eurotech, that's all just a memory. The pros at Eurotech provide rock-solid foundation repair. They repair bulkheads and swimming pool decking the right way, the first time. The cutting-edge Eurotech method seals joints and levels and stabilizes concrete. Visit CompleteFoundationRepairs.com today or call 361-885-7901. Eurotech, keeping your world level. Financing available.
GTech 360 proudly celebrating 20 years in business. What a local internet provider can do for you? No data caps. 24/7 customer support. Expert installations. Locally owned and operated. We connect people and communities. Give us a call today at 361-777-1400 for your internet, VoIP, and security needs.
It's game time at Sames Ford, and that means you score big when you shop Sames and save. Check out this season's lineup, all new F-150s and Broncos, Rangers, and Mavericks. The front line is stacked with Explorers, Escapes, and the 7-seater Expedition. It's time to score big at Sames Ford with game time deals and big league discounts. We are Sames Ford, treating Texans right since 1910. Shop local, shop Sames.
We're back here at Javelina Stadium. 7.5 minutes left before the third quarter gets underway. And the Trojans lead the Brahmas 28-13 at halftime. So we were talking about it just a second ago before we watched the drill team. Moody scored on 4 of their 4 opportunities in the first half. So if Moody, hypothetically, not trying to predict the outcome of the game, not to do any of that in there, but if Moody gets 4 more opportunities offensively and they score on 2, they should win the ball game, correct?
Theoretically, they should, yes, especially with how much time that they're going to take off of the clock with their dominant run game.
Right.
They could very well ice this game out with just 1 more score And then if they could manage a couple long drives that maybe they don't even get into the end zone, but if they take a lot of time off the clock, then the Brahmas are going to have a lot of uphill sledding to do here in the second half.
And there was one play in the second quarter where the Trojans fumbled the ball on the quarterback running back handoff exchange, and they were able to get back on it. The Brahmas thought they had it. Had the Brahmas gotten on it, the game could have been close to being tied at one point in the ball game.
That was a big time.
That was a big save for the Moody Trojans. You know, normally turnovers are the killer in any ball game, no matter what you're playing and what level you're playing, especially when you're in, whether it's freshman, JV, varsity, college, pros. Turnovers are killers.
And even on that one right there, Doug, the Kingsville Brahmas swore that they had that football in the bottom of that pile.
Yes.
Now, you never know what happens at the bottom of that pile. You don't know what scratching and clawing is happening to try to get that football. But Art Green, the head referee, was sitting right on it, and he said the Moody Trojans came up with that football. And that's just a great example that this sport is a game of inches.
You're absolutely right. And, of course, his positioning with the line judges as well, they have the better view than we do. We're up 100%. In the air 150 feet. We're probably about 100 yards back.
Yeah.
You know, so we can say all we want, even though we can zoom a camera in pretty close. It's hard to tell from our angle.
Yeah, and that game of inches that I was talking about is the difference in this ball game. As you said, Doug, the Kingsville Brahmas offense has done pretty good. They have had success tonight. And that one potential turnover, if they would have just fell on that football, we could be looking at a 21-21 game right now heading into the half. But instead, it is 28 Moody, 21 Kingsville.
Right now, who's your leading candidate for player of the game?
Gosh, the offensive line, I don't know. It's hard because that Moody Trojans rush game has been dominant. But I think right now it would be Adrian Luna with the big physical runs that he's had.
He scored 2 of the touchdowns.
I feel like he's also been the guy that's bailed them out on third down multiple times, getting those first downs. Not just getting in the end zone, he's doing it throughout their drives. So, yeah, he's probably my leading candidate.
The way he ran tonight was just dominating. Like, he does not want to lose.
No, he doesn't.
And that's a fun thing to watch. 4 minutes and 15 seconds until we get back in the action. You want to take another 3-minute break and step aside for a moment? Let's do it. We'll be back right after this. 28-13 halftime.
In Corpus Christi, we coast our own way.
The city to the beach, coast is more than our part of the state.
Coasting is a state of mind.
We take our time.
And take your vibe. We do things differently.
And celebrate what makes us the same.
This way of life is bigger than our beaches.
We are the casually charming,
The collectively cool.
the creatively curious.
We are the Gulf Coast capital.
Orthopedic excellence starts here. With 50-plus years of service in the Coastal Bend, 4 separate communities, 7 individual clinics, 9 different subspecialties, 1,500 patients seen each week. Don't settle for anything but the best. South Texas Bone and Joint, the go-to orthopedic office for you and your loved ones. Your care, always our priority.
This is Kelby at Moore's Compounding Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Our supplements are science-based, high-quality products that will help you transform your life. See our products at moore'spharmacy.com today.
Before Eurotech, the doors won't close, cabinets stay open, and walls crack. After Eurotech, that's all just a memory. The pros at Eurotech provide rock-solid foundation repair. They repair bulkheads and swimming pool decking the right way, the first time. The cutting-edge Eurotech method seals joints and levels and stabilizes concrete. Visit CompleteFoundationRepairs.com today or call 361-885-7901. Eurotech, keeping your world level. Financing available.
GTech 360 proudly celebrating 20 years in business. What a local internet provider can do for you? No data caps. 24/7 customer support, expert installations, locally owned and operated. We connect people and communities. Give us a call today at 361-777-1400 for your internet, VoIP, and security needs.
It's game time at Sames Ford, and that means you score big when you shop Sames and save. Check out this season's lineup, all new F-150s and Broncos, Rangers, and Mavericks. The front line is stacked with Explorers, Escapes, and the 7-seater Expedition. It's time to score big at Sames Ford with game time deals and big league discounts. We are Sames Ford, treating Texans right since 1910. Shop local, shop Sames.
Back here at Javelina Stadium, Doug Kesterson, Marcos Marroquin with you. So glad you're with us tonight on MICSportsNetwork.com. Kingsville, the Brahmas get the ball to start the third quarter here at Javelina Stadium. On a nice evening, we do have our windows open, so you can hear the crowd noise a little bit better tonight. But typically, if you were in a traditional South Texas game, even this early in September, you really wouldn't want the windows open because it gets really hot. But the humidity is way down as the Brahmas take the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet, Brahma Nation, for your mighty Kingsville Brahmas.
We are in a different location tonight camera-wise, so if you see a couple of shadows walking in and out, it's not our fault.
We talk about it all the time in baseball. It seems our crowd mic always just attracts people. And then the camera people just love to walk in front of the camera.
Right.
But it is what it is. We try to do our absolute best to put on a performance that y'all deserve, a product that y'all deserve. As the Moody Trojans take the field.
Here come the Moody Trojans.
But what's really odd is looking at the crowd for the Moody Trojans. You see a sprinkle over here, a sprinkle in the middle, and a little more sprinkles the further left you get, watching it from the left side to the right side as you're looking at the score. 7-time national champions, Texas A&M Kingsville Javelina's 34 conference championships. It's pretty impressive.
I'm not even going to lie. I had no idea that
they were that good.
TAM UK has had that much success.
Because earlier success was Texas A&I.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day. And 3 guys in the NFL, Darrell Green being one of them. Al Harris, assistant coach on the Dallas Cowboys. What is it, associate head coach or associate defensive coordinator? Assistant defensive coordinator, something in that regard?
He works on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah. And it's halftime, so speaking of Al Harris, when the Cowboys, they have a 14-9 lead heading into halftime in New York.
Closer than some might have expected. With the Giants' home field advantage up there at MetLife Stadium in New York.
Dak Prescott's 12-2 all-time against the New York Giants.
Dak Prescott has has a good record against most teams in the regular season.
Yes. They just need to get over that hump, and it's not all Dak's fault.
It is not.
In the playoffs especially, even if he went out to go tackle, somebody would still be mad at him.
Yeah, I think Dak could throw for 300 yards, maybe get a couple sacks on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
And he'd still get some of the blame. But that's the nature of being the Dallas Cowboys quarterback.
Channel 6 televising the game tonight between the Brahmas and the Trojans.
As the Kingsville
Facebook,
HM King Brahmas are going to receive the ball.
Back is Rivera.
So you can catch all
He's the deep back.
all Brahma games.
You have looks like Eric Kaysen
Tonight is Thursday night.
and Julio Pineda Garcia are the upbacks along the 20.
Kicking off for the Trojans, number 32, Enyan Ferrales. Back deep for the Brahmas, number 1.
Left foot, right foot is short kick, end over end, fielded, dropped, picked up, running to the side, and then brought down. Where they spot the ball for the Brahmas.
Should be around the 30-yard line, and they're going to put it at the 29-yard line.
number 44, Arreano.
Normally coming out of halftime,
Gonna bring up a first and 10
the
for the Kingsville
coaches might
Brahmas.
have a scripted first couple plays, you know,
Right.
where they want to hit certain plays in a row. Let's see how the Brahmas come out of the locker room.
Base 2x2 set, motion, again, handoff Montgomery up the middle, and a nice gain on first down. Gets up to the 35-yard line.
Everett hands the ball off to number
Gain of
3,
6.
Demarius Montgomery.
Brings up second down and 4.
By number 11,
The 3 Hall of Famers for the
gonna bring up
Javelinas are John Randall, Gene Upshaw, and Darrell Green. Everett throwing deep down. He's got his man in stride, caught, and he's walking into the end zone. That's the way to respond coming out of halftime for the Brahmas.
64-yard touchdown for Josiah Rivera. What a way to come out of the half for the Kingsville Brahmas.
And it didn't take very long either. They started it at 11:59.
Only a 30-second drive after that 64-yard completion.
2 plays. The try for the extra point is snap is on the ground. No. Rolling now is Everett. One to throw. Circling back. Circling in, looking to the left. Waiting, finally throwing. And it's incomplete. 28-19. We'll step aside for a break. Stay with us. Be back right after this.
This is Kelby at Moore's Compounding Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Our supplements are science-based, high-quality products that will help you transform your life. See our products at moore'spharmacy.com today.
Before Eurotech, the doors won't close, cabinets stay open, and walls crack. After Eurotech, that's all just a memory. The pros at Eurotech provide rock-solid foundation repair. They repair bulkheads and swimming pool decking the right way, the first time. The cutting-edge Eurotech method seals joints and levels and stabilizes concrete. Visit CompleteFoundationRepairs.com today or call 361-885-7901. Eurotech, keeping your world level. Financing available.
Back here at Javelina Stadium, going over our notes, a 64-yard touchdown to Rivera from Dylan Everett. And that was one of those quick throws. He had a step on the defender, and it's straight down the sideline, taking it up the middle inside for a touchdown. The the extra point conversion. The snap was low, picked up by Everett, and he said, okay, I got to bail out of here. And it was fire drilled in.
And he almost made a play, might I add.
Steele and Dyer back deep for the Trojans. Kicking off for the Brahmas, number 34, Christian Gonzalez.
Gonzalez to kick off. 2 Trojans back deep. One of them is DeFore, and it's a sidewinder. Castillo catches it at the 19. Up the sideline. Castillo hit out of bounds.
Number 1, Castillo, run out of bounds almost about the 40-yard line. Taken out of bounds by number.
Looked like to me he got hit out on the sideline. Do you?
For 6.
I didn't get quite as good of a look as you did, Doug.
But they'll have it 1st and 10 from the right hash on the 39-yard line, leading 28-19. 11:18 remaining here in the third quarter. First offensive possession for the Trojans here in the second half.
And those are 2 big miscues by the Brahmas to not get those extra points.
Handoff Luna, left side, just fighting for yardage. Gain of about 4. They're going to mark him at the. They're giving him the 44, so that's a 5-yard gain.
Tackled by number 55, Jono T. Fuller.
And that's right, those plays. So look at that. The play clock is at 30 seconds as the play comes from the sideline. As you watch Prado and number 4, Stash Salinas, make their way to the huddle. Calling the play now. The play clock is down to 19.
They are not afraid to take as much time as they need off of the clock.
the pressure's all on the Brahmas now. They run to the line of scrimmage with 10 seconds left. Under center, motion, handoff to DeFore with a cutback. And he's breaking tackle. He steps out of another tackle at the 40-yard line, down to the sideline. He's got speed. All that game touchdown saving tackle. That is John Kaysen saving DeFore. And they get him all the way down to the 12-yard line.
I believe that is a 44-yard gain for DeFore.
First down, picks up big yardage.
Another chunk play on the ground for the Moody Trojan offense.
And they're taking time off the clock. The score for DeFore scored the first touchdown of the ball game. Luna the second two, the middle two, and then Castillo the final one. See who gets one here. As a quick pitch to Castillo again. He's got blocks. He got a cut back.
Pitch out to number 1.
And he stays on his feet for a little bit. They get him down to the 9-yard line. Gain of 3 on first down.
Tackled by number 20, John Kaysen.
The Trojans can pick up a first down at the 2-yard line.
Sounds like we got a big family gathering here for John Kaysen. I hear the cheering. Got to welcome all the Kaysen family.
Trojans again, hustling to the line with 10 seconds on the play clock. Prado hands off Luna. No, yes, Luna had it. I thought for a moment that Prado kept it, was going to pull it out of the basket of Luna, but no, Luna plugs the head off the right side, gets all the way down to the 5. Another gain of 4. He's getting 4 and 5 yards every carry. Now Castillo checks out of the ball game, and look at big number 79 stepping in. That's Jose Garcia, a senior offensive lineman coming in to lead the way.
You think they're going to run the ball, Doug?
I think they're going to run the ball.
I think you got to absolutely load the box here if you're the Kingsville Brahmas.
There's the snap, hands off Luna. Luna fighting for it, and he's across the goal line. His 3rd touchdown of the ball game.
Number 27, Adrian Luna for the Trojans with the Trojan touchdown.
The big boy will not be denied as he gets hit at about the 1-yard line, but he keeps sprawling and moving and just falling into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown.
It reminds me of those high snap, and it kick is up, and it's good. It didn't clear the bar by much, but it's good. 35-19 back after this.
GTech 360 proudly celebrating 20 years in business. What a local internet provider can do for you? No data caps. 24/7 customer support. Expert installations. Locally owned and operated. We connect people and communities. Give us a call today at 361-777-1400 for your internet, VoIP, and security needs.
It's game time at Sames Ford, and that means you score big when you shop Sames and save. Check out this season's lineup, all new F-150s and Broncos, Rangers, and Mavericks. The front line is stacked with Explorers, Escapes, and the 7-seater Expedition. It's time to score big at Sames Ford with game time deals and big league discounts. We are Sames Ford, treating Texans right since 1910. Shop local, shop Sames.
Here we are back at Javelina Stadium. It's a 35-19 lead for the Moody Trojans. Now 5 of 5 offensively for the Trojans. 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns, and lots of back of heads tonight on our video broadcast.
And a lot of touchdowns for the Moody Trojans.
Yes, and to give you guys a little bit of an indication, there's a lot of fans here at Javelina Stadium wearing the black and gold tonight for the Brahmas.
Yeah, they love their King Brahmas.
Christopher Romo now to have the honors to kick off. He puts it on the left hash this time. Rivera back deep. And it's a line drive into the end zone for a touchback. It did not get very high, but it had a lot of oomph behind it to drive it into the end zone.
Yeah, it was a line drive kick, but it was a good one at that. It's going to give the Brahmas the ball at the 25-yard line after that touchback as they try to replicate what they were able to do last drive, getting into the end zone off of that 64-yard pass completed to Josiah Rivera.
Everett for the snap. He looks to throw, fires out quickly. He's got Rivera trying to step out of a tackle, and it seemed like a early whistle, didn't it?
Pass to number 1, Josiah Rivera.
Where they're going to spot the ball at is now at the 36-yard line.
Brings up a second.
31-yard line. My apologies, 31. I don't know what I was looking at.
I think they're going to get a false start here.
They are.
I think somebody in the backfield flinched.
Going to move him back 5 yards.
Didn't see anybody on the offensive line move, but...
Fourth false start tonight for the Brahmas here at home.
Going to bring up a second.
And that's big. Those are drive killers. Penalties are drive killers.
It's the 7th penalty of the ball game. All on the Brahmas. 35-19 your score. Base 2x2 set. He sends his man in motion, hands off Montgomery, and flags again.
Flags again on the play.
Illegal procedure. He was moving at the snap.
Moving back 5 yards. Brings up a second and 14.
Head coach Ruben Garcia all the way out to the numbers just a second ago. He is not happy what's going on tonight with his offense.
And I think he's going to want an explanation from the head referee, too.
There's a snap. Everett looking to throw. Pressure's coming from the backside. Somehow gets out of that. And he's shoved out of bounds.
Everett escapes one tackle, runs around the right side, pushed out of bounds.
And they're going to mark it where now at the
23-yard line. So a gain of 2 on the play, bringing up 3rd down and 12. And Dylan Everett really has a special ability to escape a messy pocket, as he did so right there and multiple times on the night.
10 seconds left on the play clock as the Brahmas get set with trips on the left. Everett looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Again, and brought down. It'll be 4th down coming up.
Everett.
And here comes the punting unit.
By number 11, Henderson.
Ball spotted at the 29-yard line. That's a gain of 7.
Going to bring up a 4th and 6 for the Kingsville Brahmas.
First punt of the night. Correct?
Yes, Doug, I believe so.
Castillo is back deep to receive the punt for the Trojans. And I understand why watching him run tonight.
Everett back to punt.
Imagine he has an amazing 100 time.
Number 1, Castillo back for the Trojans to receive the punt.
There's a snap. And the kick got away somehow. There's a flag down on the far side by the Moody Trojans. Castillo picks it up, stutters, takes to the sideline, and then out of bounds.
Run out of bounds by number 21.
But there's a penalty down, so.
Brings up a 1st and 10 for the Brahmas.
Illegal procedure. They decline it. 1st and 10 Moody.
Once again, want to send a big shout out to our band and color guard. And if you can make it to Odom
Moody
Saturday,
takes over at the 40.
Support them for their first marching contest. They'll be in Odom on Saturday.
No, it's not the 40. My apologies. It's back at the 35. They stand there at the 40, make it look like they're, we have several officials all there. It looks like that's what they're going to do. As the Trojans set up, hands off Luna. Luna fighting, and they're trying to strip the ball out of his hands, and he hangs on to it somehow or another and stays on his feet. And number 20 from the Brahmas comes out of the pile. That's John Kaysen, but they blew the whistles. They're going to give him the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 2 on first down. Brings up second down and 8.
And if you look right now on your screen, the Brahmas are going to line up 5 defensive linemen to try and combat this loaded front of the Moody Trojans. And they're loading the box.
And handoff to Castillo again. Castillo's got a lane. He's got speed. He runs into his blocker, and he's hit and dropped back from behind. But not till he gets all the way up into Brahma territory.
Tackled by number 7, Jacob Rivera, but not till after he picks
Down at the 44-yard line of the Brahmas in a first down.
And that right there is what makes this offense so difficult to stop, is if you're not getting into that backfield, they have runners that will take it to the outside and make these big explosive plays. Not just the bruisers like Adrian Luna going up the middle. They have these explosive, shifty athletes that could get out to the side and make a guy miss for these big chunk plays.
And it was the third guy taking the handoff after Prado had 2 fakes on that play. Castillo in motion. Here's handoff to DeFore, and it's the same play the other way. DeFore upended, stays on his feet. I don't know how he stays. He must have the best balance in the world because he's all the way down to the 30-yard line. Gain of 14, makes it 1st and 10 from the 30.
Picks up the first down. Ball on the 30-yard line and brings up the 1st and 10 for the Moody Trojans.
They're bringing in an extra defensive lineman. Is number 53 for the Brahmas checking in, Elijah Guajardo. 5 down linemen, as you mentioned, again, a fresh set of legs. Handoff to 4, stops, starts again, breaks to the outside. Nice pickup on first down, maybe 3 or 4 yards.
Carries the ball, picks up a couple
down to the 26.
Number 7, Jacob
A gain of 4. And again, the Moody will get that play call from the sideline. Play clock is down to 26 seconds as the play comes in. And you see him ready to break the huddle. They call the play, and the center, Martinez, watches. And when it gets to about 12 seconds, they start running to the line and they get set. And it's at 9. Hands off Luna. Luna just plugs ahead, maybe for a gain of about 2.
And I think that there was a missed opportunity right there by King. As I think Luna had the ball out, carrying that ball a little recklessly out there. So you got to get some hands on that one if you're the defense.
Which I thought was a gain of 2, actually wound up being a gain of 4, and it's down to the 22-yard line. Makes it a 3rd down and a manageable 2 yards, Marcos.
Yeah, that's what Luna's done so great tonight. Is not only is he bouncing off of runners, getting that yards after contact, but he's also just falling forward for those extra couple yards every play, which does make a big difference over the course of the game.
Prado hands off to Luna. Off the left side, he's got a head of steam, and he's got another first down. All the way at the 13-yard line.
Number 27, Luna with the carry. Tackled by number 3, Christopher Garza. Picks up the first.
I'm sure we sound like a broken record, Doug.
1st and 10.
But that's exactly what this Moody offense is doing. Just rinse and repeat.
If it works,
it works, and it has been working tonight.
Stop me. If you don't like what they're doing, stop them. But this offensive line's done a tremendous job. Tight formation. And off now to DeFore, trying to get to the outside. Follow behind the block, and there's a holding. First penalty called on the Moody Trojans tonight as DeFore stays on his feet. Somehow it gets back in there, but this play's coming back.
Scrambles around. We got a holding call against the Trojans. Going to move the ball back.
And that's a big-time penalty. It looked up until that point that Moody was going to keep marching down the field and get into the end zone yet again. But now they have to deal with a 1st and 20.
And the ball spotted back at the 23-yard line. First penalty called on the Trojans tonight. At 2:22 left in the third quarter. They played a really clean game. And off. Prado wanting to throw. He's got his man wide open. Caught. Touchdown, Trojans. It's lull you to sleep. Run, 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 run. Next thing you know, boom.
Their first completion of the day.
1 for 2. Well, it was a sack, so
yeah, first completion of the day for the Moody Trojans is a 23-yard touchdown. So as you said, Doug, they run the ball, they run the ball, they run the ball again and again and again and again. And then one of the blockers just seeps out to the outside. You know, they think, oh, yeah, I'm going to be able to get into the backfield, finally get one of these runners that have had such a good night on the ground down in the backfield. But no, he seeps out, 23-yard touchdown pass, first completion of the day for the Moody Trojans.
Prado gets the call from the sideline as it looks like they're going to go for 2. And they are. Snap, hands off Luna. Fighting Luna. He's got the 2-point conversion.
Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
43-19. We'll step aside for a break. We'll be back in Kingsville right after this.
This is Kelby at Moore's Compounding Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Our supplements are science-based, high-quality products that will help you transform your life. See our products at moore'spharmacy.com today.
Before Eurotech, the doors won't close, cabinets stay open, and walls crack. After Eurotech, that's all just a memory. The pros at Eurotech provide rock-solid foundation repair. They repair bulkheads and swimming pool decking the right way, the first time. The cutting-edge Eurotech method seals.
Back deep for the Brahmas.
Romo's kick.
Rivera, number 1.
High, end over end deep, fielded back about the 3-yard line. With Rivera, he's got a lot of speed here. He's out to the outside, turns up the field, down the sideline. One guy to beat. He's got it. 94-yard kickoff return for a touchdown.
What an electric play right there by Josiah Rivera, as he's done it all for the King Brahmas tonight. What was that? You said a 94-yard?
94, 95 yards, somewhere right in there, because I think he had it about the 6. Maybe.
Either way, about a 94-yard kickoff return touchdown for that young man, as that one could keep this HM King team in this one.
They needed that score, too.
They needed it bad, Doug. And more importantly, it barely took off any time off of this game clock that has become so valuable.
The Brahmas are going to have to call timeout, maybe have to call timeout, as they are upset. They're not getting the personnel, and they're going for 2.
They just got to hurry up real quick, as they only got about 10 seconds on the play clock now.
Coach Garcia not happy. Motion. Handoff Montgomery, slicing. Montgomery's fighting for it. Did he get there? I do not think he made it.
He was about probably a half-yard short.
43-25. We'll step aside. Back after this.
GTech 360 proudly celebrating 20 years in business. What a local internet provider can do for you? No data caps. 24/7 customer support. Expert installations. Locally owned and operated. We connect people and communities. Give us a call today at 361-777-1400 for your internet, VoIP, and security needs.
It's game time at Sames Ford, and that means you score big when you shop Sames and Save. Check out this season's lineup, all new F-150s and Broncos, Rangers, and Mavericks. The front line is stacked with Explorers, Escapes, and the 7-seater Expedition. It's time to score big at Sames Ford with game time deals and big league discounts. We are Sames Ford, treating Texans right since 1910. Shop local, shop Sames.
Back here at Javelina Stadium, Doug Kesterson and Marcos Marroquin. I almost said James Espinosa out of habit.
James will be here tomorrow.
Yeah, he will.
So a 95-yard kickoff return touchdown for Josiah Rivera, as he's had himself a very special night, even though his Brahmas find themselves trailing 25-43 with 1:54 in the third quarter.
If anybody wondered if this Moody Trojan team is for real, you're facing a 4-0 team tonight in the Kingsville Brahmas, and there's a high onside kick attempt, and it just a nice, smart heads-up play. Ethan Martinez catches it. Caden DeFore standing right there. He just catches it and falls down to the ground. And that goes to coaching.
Yeah,
it's all coaching right there. Don't do anything special.
Just fall on the ball.
You're up 43-25. If the Brahmas get the ball here and try to take over, momentum shifts to their side. But a smart heads-up play by the Trojans with a minute 53 remaining in the third, have it at their 44-yard line.
I think one of the absolute killers of this game so far has been that the Brahmas just haven't been able to get extra points. They had a blocked extra point earlier.
Hand off to Castillo. He's trying to get to the outside. He's got a little bit of stutter step, cuts back inside, and it's slung back, but not after he approached Brahma territory at the 49.
Gain of 7, and as I was saying, there's a blocked extra point, there's a fumbled snap, so and then on that one where they actually try to go for 2, they are about maybe a quarter of a yard, half a yard short on that running play. So that's 3 points off the board, and now it's a 3-possession game. To where if they convert those extra points, it's a 2-possession game. So now they need to march up the field 3 separate times and get points on the board.
And the Trojans are taking the time off the clock, making it very difficult. Takes the handoff back, the handoff to Luna. And Luna looks like he's got enough yardage for the first down. If not, he's an inch or so away.
They're going to give him it.
I mean, it should be. And they
he waved them down, but they're not moving it. Are they gonna? They should stop the clock if they're gonna measure.
And here comes Art Green looking.
And yet they haven't.
And he says that's a first down. I don't know what they were waiting on.
Yeah, there's a lot of time.
And I thought Art Green thought the same thing. What are you guys waiting on? Let's go. They're trying to, the Kingsville Brahma fans are getting attention from the cheerleaders trying to throw T-shirts up in there. That's why you see the hands waving in front. 8 seconds on the play clock. The Trojans get set. Snap at 5. Hands off Luna at the line of scrimmage. Somehow or another he gets a gain of about 2 or 3 out of that. They're spotting him at the 43-yard line, and that's the end of the third quarter. We'll hang right here with you guys. Moody's has 12 minutes and the ball.
Trojan 43, the Kingsville Brahmas 25.
A surprisingly high-scoring game in this one for two teams that love to run the ball. There have been 10 touchdowns tonight.
(43-25). I'm glad that we have a digital scoreboard because you remember in the old days they would have to run out of numbers.
Oh yes, yes. They also couldn't live stream the game.
No, there was no such thing as live streams back then.
Wouldn't it have been so cool if you were playing, Doug, to have all of your games broadcasted?
They were. They were all, a lot of them were on radio.
I guess on demand. You
yes.
go back
be able
and
to
watch
go back,
all your games?
Yes. Because I would love to have the game Vito called of the Battle of the Bridge from 1986. But his son David, has not had much luck at all trying to find that. And we're talking about our buddy Vito Duran. Second down for the Trojans. Pitch out now to DeFore, and he's tackled in the backfield for a loss.
And that is an absolute big-time tackle right there by number 32, Jaden Martinez.
Tackled by number 20, John Kaysen for the Brahmas.
So Moody has it. 3rd down and 10 from the Brahma 46-yard line. Hands off. DeFore, he's got a lane. Nobody touches DeFore as he streaks down the numbers all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
Another big-time play on the ground for the Moody Trojans, as that is a 46-yard touchdown by Caden DeFore as he puts this game virtually away for the Moody Trojans, as Kingsville is going to have a big deficit to overcome if they want to make this one a close game.
And it's 1 point away from a 50-burger. And the kick is blocked, and somehow another, it does not make it.
No good.
49-25 with 11 minutes and 9 seconds left to go in the ball game. We'll step aside. Stay with us.
Orthopedic excellence starts here. With 50-plus years of service in the Coastal Bend, 4 separate communities, 7 individual clinics, 9 different subspecialties, 1,500 patients seen each week. Don't settle for anything but the best. South Texas Bone and Joint, the go-to orthopedic office for you and your loved ones. Your care, always our priority.
In Corpus Christi, we coast our own way.
From the city to the beach, coast is more than our part of the state.
Coasting is a state of mind.
We take our time.
And take what's ours. We do things differently.
And celebrate what makes us the same.
This way of life is bigger than our beaches.
We are the casually charming,
The collectively cool.
the creatively curious.
We are the Gulf Coast capital.
We're back here at Javelina Stadium. The Trojans' last kickoff was returned 95 yards for a touchdown. It does not appear they will kick off deep this time. They don't. It's on the ground. Off a the loose ball still, and I think the Javelinas have it in Trojan territory, about the 48. And they do.
Moody Trojans with the onside kick attempt. Brahmas recover the ball. Going to bring up the 1st and 10.
And they do have it. Sorry, they're going to spot the ball at the 49.
I'm not going to lie to you. If I'm the Kingsville Brahmas, I don't like that one bit. An onside kick whenever you're up 24 points.
I don't know that it was onside. It looked like an onside kick attempt to me. It looked like it could have slipped, but you're trying not to have this one returned. And the 5th false start of the ball game tonight for the Brahmas.
The play. We'll start against the Kingsville Brahmas.
Hidden yardage. Bill Parcells was a huge component of that when he was a head coach in the NFL, now Hall of Fame coach. He talked about the hidden yardage, the lost yardage on penalties, Marcos, and that's always been a killer. 1st and 15 for the Brahmas. Even the Trojans are looking like one of the receivers flinched. There's a snap. Hands off Montgomery, trying the left side. Montgomery's got a little bit of a lane. Slips through, tackles, picks up that penalty yardage. Close to a 1st down.
Up the middle.
Looks like he has 14 yards, and he does.
And they are going to hurry up back to the line.
They have to. 2-by-2 set. Motion. Hand off Montgomery again. Follow behind that lead block motion. Up the field. He's got the first down to the 30. And they're going to move the sticks.
And, man, this offense has done some really good things whenever they've had the ball. It's just the problem is they haven't had the ball much with how dominant Moody has been.
Everett looking to throw. Out. It's his man.
Maxey.
Right on the money, Marcos, too. Down to, what, the 18-yard line? 19-yard line on the first down.
Picks up another Brahma first down.
Everett hands off Montgomery up the middle. Got a lot of running room. He's dragging tacklers with him down inside the 10. They're going to mark him at the 6. First and goal, Brahmas.
Gain of 12 by Montgomery. He's had himself a good drive here.
Motion again. Pressure. Montgomery had to stop. Cuts, reverses field, and up inside the 5, down to the 3.
Again, Demarius Montgomery, number 24. Tackle by number 12.
Quick snap, hands off Montgomery again. Bounce at the outside. He's across for a Brahma touchdown.
Montgomery into the end zone. A Brahma touchdown.
And they're going to have to go for 2. It's 49-31.
Brahma score with 9:46 left.
Good blocking by the left side of that offensive line, led by left tackle Ram Rodriguez over there.
Snap, pressure's coming up the middle. Everett rolling out to his right, throwing. It's caught for a 2-point conversion. 49-33.
2-point conversion is good.
GTech 360 proudly celebrating 20 years in business. What a local internet provider can do for you? No data caps. 24/7 customer support. Expert installations. Locally owned and operated. We connect people and communities. Give us a call today at 361-777-1400 for your internet, VoIP, and security needs.
It's game time at Sames Ford, and that means you score big when you shop Sames and save. Check out this season's lineup, all new F-150s and Broncos, Rangers, and Mavericks. The front line is stacked with Explorers, Escapes, and the 7-seater Expedition. It's time to score big at Sames Ford with game time deals and big league discounts. We are Sames Ford, treating Texans right since 1910. Shop local, shop Sames.
We're back here at Javelina Stadium. Doug Kesterson and Marcos Marroquin. 9:46 to go in the ball game. The Brahmas never say quit attitude has got them down 2 scores. They need 2 touchdowns and 2 successful 2-point conversions. But they also have to stop the Moody Trojans as well,
which they haven't been able to do for a single drive tonight. As the Moody Trojans are 7 for 7, getting a touchdown every drive so far.
Onside fielded by the Trojans at their 43, and another smart heads-up play. Don't do anything fancy. Don't do anything special. Think of the team first.
Just fall on it.
And that's exactly what they did.
Good job, Brahma Battalion, our junior ROTC program.
With excellent field position to the 43. Prado comes from the sideline. You know it's a good game when your players are dancing around to the opposing band. Prado takes a snap, hands off Luna. And he just moves the line. Follows behind the right side of his offensive line, and they just move 3 or 4 yards down the field. Gets them to the 46-yard line, a gain of 3 on first down, and brings up 2nd and 7.
And they're going to drain about 35 seconds here every single play. If you're telling anything as a head coach, Michael Cantu, you're telling your guys, just ball carriers, don't fumble.
Well, if you're not only that, they are trying to strip it.
Yes.
You're right.
hold on to that football. If you're Dylan Prado, your job is to hand this ball off clean. They do a lot of misdirection in the backfield. Just got to keep those handoffs clean. No turnovers.
And fake the pitch out. Luna fighting for yardage. He gets another hard-fought 2 yards to the 48.
Number 27, Luna.
And the clock under 8 minutes and 50 seconds and counting.
Gosh, a 3 and out would be absolutely massive right here for King.
Well, it looked like the Brahmas have done that several times tonight. Next thing you know, the Trojans bust a run for a touchdown.
Yeah, you're right about that, Doug.
7 for 7.
I wouldn't be surprised if they try to make something happen outside on the edge with one of their receivers.
Either that or Castillo or DeFore.
Yeah, Castillo's had himself a good night doing just that.
Snap. Hands off Luna again, and Luna plugs ahead for another 2. Forward progress has him right about midfield.
And I think that they're going to go for it here on 4th and 3.
Just shy of midfield.
Just go down.
And there'll be a timeout for an injured player, possibly, maybe.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of those pop up right about now. Hopefully that young man is okay. But more importantly, this stops the clock.
And it'll give us an opportunity to say thank you to our sponsors, and we'd love you guys to support them as well. They've been absolutely fantastic with us. South Texas Bone and Joint, CompleteFoundationRepairs.com, Neil's Urban Oven, Moore's Compounding Pharmacy, and our third quarter scoreboard sponsor, the Corpus Christi Sports Commission here from Javelina Stadium in the fourth quarter.
I do want to clarify what I just said. It's not more importantly that it stops the clock. It just happens to stop the clock for the Brahmas.
Fortunately.
Yeah, fortunately it stops the clock. Obviously, what is most important is that these young men are okay. As
yes.
It looks like he's just getting stretched out on the sideline.
Well, this is one of those days where the humidity's not up. You may not be drinking a lot of fluids where cramping can come into play. 4th down and 4th and 5 from the 49. Martinez comes to the line of scrimmage, has the ball set. The rest of the line comes up, and they're taking all the play clock that they can. And it gets down to 1 second, and Moody calls timeout.
Timeout, Moody.
So they did move the ball back from the 50-yard line back to the 49.
I saw that.
So it's going to be a 4th and 4, not a 4th and 3, which is a big yard whenever you're talking about a run game.
No, you're absolutely right. Moody takes their first timeout of the half. They have 2 left. Kingsville has all 3. The Brahmas.
It's going to be 4th down and 4 for the Moody Trojans.
And pull up. Social media, of course, all games are going to be on demand. As you see, MikeSportsNetwork.com. Make sure you follow us on our social media pages as well. Thank you, guys. Trojans line up on 4th down. Hands off. Castillo. Somehow another gets stopped for a loss, and it's the first time the Brahmas have stopped the Trojans tonight. And they get a 4th down stop in their own territory.
Yeah, big time play to make an open field tackle by number 55. That is Jonah Ortiz Fuller making a big time play, getting the Brahmas defense off of the field for the first time tonight when they need it most. 7 minutes remaining in this ball game.
7 of 8 on possessions. Here's the Brahmas. Montgomery up the middle. All the way up to the 40-yard line before he's met by several Trojans, and forward progress is stopped.
Going to bring up a 2nd down.
7-yard gain, on 1st down. Brings up 2nd down and 3. Snap. Everett looking to throw to his left. Pressure's coming in. Steps up in the pocket. Now taking off running. A lot of room for Dylan Everett. All the way down inside. He's at the goal line.
Inside the 1 yard line for Dylan Everett, as they're going to hurry up to the line here and try to get a playoff before the Moody Trojans can get set on defense.
Snap, hands off Montgomery. Fighting, he's across. Touchdown, Brahmas.
What a big-time swing for the Brahmas as they score a touchdown to make this a 10-point ball game, as they're going to have to go for 2 again.
Third touchdown of the ball game for Montgomery.
And a 2-point conversion for him as well.
They're spreading everybody out. Everett, hands off Montgomery. He's got the 2-point conversion.
And we have a ball game here in Kingsville.
49-41. We're going to stay right here.
As you hear this Kingsville faithful.
The cheerleaders, everybody, the reaction on the sidelines. And at one point, it looked bleak for the Brahmas.
They were down 24 points.
Yes.
I mean, it was bleak for the Brahmas. But they get the stop and get off of the field when they need to on that crucial 4th and 4 with the huge open field tackle by number 55, Jonah Ortiz Fuller. And then Montgomery is having himself a fantastic game on the ground. Gets in the end zone, puts it in the end zone again for the 2-point conversion, making this an 8-point ball game.
Now, do you onside kick?
That's rough.
You stopped them once tonight.
Only once.
Once, and they moved it 20, 30 yards and took time off the clock. There's 6 minutes to go. And Moody puts together a traditional drive.
That's a rough.
You're going to eat 3 minutes.
Yeah.
If they go and put a traditional drive with a score, it's going to eat half the clock.
Yeah.
Do you kick deep? Or do you try an onside?
Big time decision here for head coach Ruben Garcia.
And it may not be a hard decision. They may already have it lined up what they want to do.
And I think that they are going to go for an onside kick.
Well, they were up a little close, and now they back off. But the Trojans expect it. 10 guys.
Oh, they are loaded up over here on this near side. As there's only 2 Trojans on the left side of the field.
Here comes Gonzalez's kick.
Oh.
High back, off the hands.
The ball's on the turf.
They finally recovered. The Trojans get it. After about 4 players get it, touch it.
Oh my God. Game of inches, Doug. We've said it multiple times tonight.
Moody, another fortunate break tonight for the Trojans.
But you know what? This home crowd is buzzing. One of the best home environments I've ever seen in the regular season. And Moody is seemingly trying to gather any momentum here in Kingsville.
Jim Botley's listening or watching in, from Wisconsin tonight. He just got a text room. Wow, game on, enjoying it. We are too. Handoff to DeFore. He's followed behind Luna. He gets to the sideline. Stutter step. Reversing field. Cannot break out of that tackle. He loses a yard.
Wow. A big-time mistake right there from Caden DeFore, who thought that he could bring it back around the edge, but he runs backwards and loses a yard on that one, bringing up a 2nd and 11 as this crowd is absolutely buzzing here in the 4th quarter at Javelina Stadium.
The band really trying to help out the Brahma defense. And the Trojans again taking time off the play clock. It is down to 5 as they get to the line of scrimmage. Handoff. Nothing doing. Maybe the yard back from Luna. That wasn't Luna that time. I think that was, might have been DeFore on that carry. Back to the 36.
Junior makes the stop. Gonna bring up a 3rd and 10. Come on, Brady.
49-41 with 4:55 remaining.
Up until the last drives, Kingsville did not get off of the field without letting up a touchdown. Can they do it on back-to-back drives?
Back to pass. He's throwing. He's got his man in and out of his hands on 3rd down.
Complete. Gonna bring up a 4th down. Almost intercepted.
Is it just me, or did this
Broken up by number 32.
Ruckus Stadium just go silent for a second
Everybody
as
trying to
that ball
catch their
was
breath.
getting tipped and tapped and tipped and tapped as before it fell on the turf?
You've got to punt here.
I think you have to. I think you're right about that, Doug. You cannot give them the ball in your territory.
And it looks like Romo back to punt at his 25. You got to pin the ball. You got to pin the Brahmas deep.
And then they have Josiah Rivera, who already has a 94-yard kickoff return touchdown.
You got to kick it away from him.
What do we got a flag? What are we doing?
Delay a game on the Trojans.
Got a timeout by the Kingsville Brahmas.
Oh, the back judge threw a flag and signaled delay a game.
So, are they going to say the timeout came before the delay? This is a big.
And the line judge said, line judge signals that the Brahmas called timeout. So, what could have hurt the Trojans is actually saved by the Brahmas for a moment. They saved the Trojans 5 yards.
And he's going to argue this one right here. Ruben Garcia, head coach of the Kingsville Brahmas.
The line judge, he had to call it with the line judge and did not see it from the back judge.
Yeah, I don't think that he saw the flag come out. And if you're a line judge, you just got to call what you see.
Yes.
So that's a big time.
4:41 to go. 4th and 10 for the Trojans. Back deep to punt is Romo, and Rivera back inside his 30. High snap, pulls it down, and it's the end-over-end sidewinder. Bounces and out of bounds at the 38, 39-yard line where they spot it.
Where the Brahmas will take over 1st and 10.
Doug, earlier today,
With 4:34 left.
just about 6 minutes of game time,
1st and 10 for the Brahmas on the 39.
we basically called this game over. The Moody Trojans were having their way on the offensive side of the football. They were up 24 points. Now, the HM King Brahmas have a chance to tie this ball game
and keep their perfect season record going. Montgomery stutter stepping inside the line, and he's staying on his feet. It looked like movement on the left guard pre-snap. Inside Trojan territory down to the 48. Snap, hands off Montgomery again. Hitting the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard. I think no gain. They're going to keep him at the, at the 47. Snap, Everett looking to throw, firing it long, deep pass again. This time cutting inside, breaks 2 tackles, down the sideline, out of bounds at the 30.
That's number 11, Braylon Maxey again. We haven't seen him much in the second half, but he came up big time right there, breaking some tackles and getting into the opposing territory.
Clock stopped for the moment at 3:48. Snap. Montgomery's got a clear lane running over a couple of Trojans down inside the 15. There was movement in the line. The Trojan coaches are coming out on the field like, what are you doing? They're not happy with him not calling the false start.
For the Trojans, brings up a 1st and 10. The Trojan 12-yard line.
Everett keeps it. He's upended inside the 10 down to the 9.
Keeper picks up a couple of yards. Tackled by number 8.
8-point ball game, 3:22 remaining. 49-41. This is probably the most fun we've had in the game all season, Marcos.
Oh, I have no doubt about that, Doug.
2-by-2. Montgomery in the middle, wrapped up by some Trojans. Flag on the play.
the number 24
Are they going to get offside on the Trojans?
Yes, they are, Doug. It's against Moody.
Neutral zone infraction, sorry.
That's a 5-yard penalty.
It's half the distance inside the 10, isn't it?
We're going to see what they mark off.
He marked off 5 down to the 4.
So it's going to be a 2nd and 2. Yeah, it was a 5-yard penalty.
Everything here is half the distance. Snap, hands off. No, quick swing pass out. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, back to the 5.
So a loss of 1 yard.
Brings up 4th down.
3rd and 3.
Oh, sorry.
Tackled by number 13, Raul Banda for the Trojans.
Big time tackle right there.
Everett looking to throw. Deep down in the corner, he's got his guy. Caught, touchdown, Brahmas.
What a play call.
Was that Eric Kaysen?
What execution. I'm looking to try and get the number right now, Doug.
I think it was number 6.
As you see, the head coaches for the Kingsville Brahmas.
And they're going for 2 again.
They're going absolutely crazy on the sidelines. And you're right, they have to get this 2-point conversion right now.
A trip stack on the left. Snap. 1 to throw. Swings it out. He's got his man. 2-point failed.
Wow. That's huge.
49-47.
I hate
2.5 minutes left in the ball game.
We try not to be critical. We try to remember this is high school football. But I don't love a wide receiver bubble screen at the 2-yard line.
In any form of football.
Yes, in any form of football.
It's very hard to do.
And it looked like the Moody Trojans saw it all the way, as that play was a big-time breakup right there by number 13 of Moody. Making the play of the game up to this point. That is Raul Banda making the play of the night, stopping Kingsville from getting in for the 2-point conversion.
Gonzalez, kick. They were offside. Ball's loose. Trojans have it.
Brahmas with the onside kick.
It looked like Brahma was across the line early. Did you see it?
I did not, Doug.
2:35 remaining.
It's definitely plausible. That happens quite often on onside kicks.
Moody from their 44.
A 2-point ball game.
Turned the ball over on downs. The last 2 previous possessions, the last time they had to punt for the first time. 7 of 9 scoring tonight on offensive possessions. Hands off Luna. Luna's just fighting for yards. He gets about 4 on first down, maybe 5. They're going to put him at the 49.
5 yards, going to bring up a 2nd down. Tackled by number 5, Ayala.
And honestly, if you're Kingsville, if Moody's going to score, you want them to score as quickly as possible.
Moody doesn't score quickly.
No, they do not.
They can. They have had opportunities tonight on plays, but it's usually 5-6 plays.
And if they get the first down here, this one might be over.
Snap, hands off Luna. This time, a much more makeable 3rd down as you get inside Brahma territory and they call timeout to stop the clock with 1:46 left. It's 3rd down coming up for the Trojans at the Brahma 48.
And right there, it looked like Luna was hit at the line of scrimmage. But as we've talked about multiple times, he finds a way to just fall forward for that extra yard, for the extra 2 yards, sometimes 3 yards. And he did it just right there. And he turned what would have been about a 3rd and 5, 3rd and a long 4 into a 3rd and short here with a 3rd and 2 coming up. As the defense probably needs to force some negative yardage for any real hope.
A minute 46 remaining, though,
of getting the ball back.
And now Moody has called a back-to-back timeout. They have 1 left in the ball game.
So 1 timeout for each squad.
Maybe they weren't really liking what the Brahmas had called defensively and said, you know what, we need to make a bit of adjustment here.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt if Michael Cantu and his staff saw the formation that the Brahmas went in and were like immediately, no, this is just not going to work with the play that we called. So they call a timeout, try to draw something else up. Maybe try to communicate something else to their squad. They're young men.
And that was a short 30-second timeout on the back-to-backer. Play clock has started. Trojans with the 3rd down. Handoff Luna. He plugs ahead. He's got the 1st down inside the 45, down to the 44.
Picks up the 1st down for the Trojans.
When you need the big man the most, you hand it to him in crunch time.
Tackled by number 15, Nathaniel Gemma. Keeps the clock moving. 1:35 left of the game.
Kingsville can only stop the clock 1 more time.
They need to get a stop here on this 1st and 10, because the clock is now approaching a minute 20 left in the ball game.
I think this one might actually be over mathematically. Let's see what Moody does here.
They can stop the clock still once. Hands off Luna. Ball's out!
Ball's out!
Castillo picks it up, and he's dropped back for a loss. And they call timeout.
Number 27 with the ball fumbled, recovered by number 1.
I thought for a second Kingsville had a shot of falling on that one.
They did. It's a 3-yard loss.
By number 6,
back to the 47. And Kingsville has called their 4th and final timeout of the ball game with a minute 1 left.
Kingsville Brahma. This is their final timeout. With 1 minute, 1 second.
I am pretty sure right now that if they just kneel it, play clock goes to 40 seconds. This game's over.
You have 2nd down, though.
You kneel it.
Yeah.
Take the ball out to about 58 seconds or so. You should be able to ice this one out.
They might want to run one more play, maybe get, if you want to get one more 1st down, why not? But you're probably right in that regard. So right now, he has 3 touchdowns tonight, and when you need him to pick up the 1st down, a while ago he did it. So that's Adrian Luna right now, leading candidate for player of the game. And you're going to go down and do that? So 2nd down and 13 for the Trojans. Hang on. Prado's got it. Prado's got to the outside. Slips and slides down.
Slides down after he picks up the 1st down. Prado picks up the 1st down.
And they have
he didn't get to pick up the 1st down.
Got
injured.
a player down on the field.
The Trojans will now have it at the Brahma 42-yard line. 5-yard gain for Prado.
Number 55, Jono P. Fuller limps off the field.
That's the 2nd time that young man has had to come off of the field tonight. We hope that he's okay.
Stop the clock with 46 seconds left in the game.
And one more snap.
Going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
They have 40 seconds left and 46 on the game clock. They've got to run another play.
They take a knee right here. This game is over.
third down.
Trojan players signaling, keep the clock running.
They're probably going to take this all the way down.
They are. And Prado takes a knee. It's fourth down. And that's it. What a ball game. 49-47 the final.
Yeah, you're right about that one, Doug. An absolutely electric one here from Kingsville. The Brahmas were down at one point.
Most exciting game of the year so far.
Yes, by 24 points. But
Wow.
they come back with a chance to tie it up with that 2-point conversion, and they just can't get in the end zone.
Have a good night, sir. So the final, 49-47. You wanted a thriller? You got a thriller tonight. Here we go.
After not being able to get the Moody Trojans offense off of the field, after scoring 7 straight touchdowns, they were able to stall out that Moody Trojan offense.
Yeah, they did. They rose to the occasion when it needed it most.
Yes, they did. And then their offense did as well, scoring 3 straight touchdowns.
So the Trojans are now 4-1 on the year.
4-1.
The Brahmas are 4-1 on the year.
Yes,
Trojans
they are.
heading into district play in 2 weeks, first facing the Miller Buccaneers coming up on October the 11th.
They got a bye week next week, Moody does.
Absolutely. Going to wrap up everything from here tonight. We appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for being a part of the broadcast on MikeSportsNetwork.com. And I will pull this up and out of here so we can make sure that we get our close done correctly. Tonight's game is going to be archived on MikeSportsNetwork.com and on the Mike Sports Network YouTube page. For Emily Barter, Marcos Marroquin, I'm Doug Kesterson. Have a great rest of your evening. So long from Javelina Stadium in Kingsville.